Hey everybody, welcome here to Rockin Robbie Live on Pop Culture Philosophers. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with us on a Sunday evening. I am Rockin Robbie Billups, and I am here to welcome you to yet another Rockin Robbie Live here on a Sunday night. Having a lot of fun. Getting ready. Once you jump in, let us know that you're here. Say what's up. What's up, Mike? Sam Fett. What's up, Samuel? What's up, Atari? What's up, Herminio? What's up, Easy Reader? What's up, C3? What's up, Eric? How are y'all doing? We're going to have some fun tonight. We'll be showing off some comic books. We'll be showing off some toys. We'll be talking about this upcoming week's new comic books. We'll be talking about a very particular top 5 that we're doing tonight. But I don't want to announce it yet. But we're going to have some fun with that one. Anyway, I do want to say you can follow Pop Culture Philosophers on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're on Facebook, you might as well join the PCP Army, the Happiness Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group out there. Right now we have a movie poll going on. It's the Dylan-approved movie poll. We will not be reviewing a movie live this upcoming Friday night, but the next week we will be doing the winner of this poll, and it's a selection of movies picked by Dylan from Dylan's Comics. And it's very excited, and right now, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is slaying the competition. Seriously, just slaying it. Slaying it. Like Eric says, hit that thumbs up button. But the PCP Army is a fun place. That poll is live right now, so go and vote and get your pick and your say and see if we can overtake Killer Clowns or see if Killer Clowns is just going to dominate. Either way works for us. We're excited. You can support us on patreon.com/PCP. You can also do so with a super chat or just by hitting the thumbs up button, sharing the live stream, subscribing to the channel, all that jazz and more. And if you are on Twitter, you can follow me personally on Twitter at the Rockin Robbie. So once you get in here, sound off, say what's up, and let's start throwing in the questions. This show is mostly driven by your thoughts, your questions, your concerns, your comments. So let's get it going. What's up, Billy? What's up, Adam? What's up, Unstoppable? Jeff, how are y'all doing? Doing a fantastic time. Having a fantastic time here in the Huntsville Attic. Cheers to you. All right, we're about to get into the first 6. That's the first 6 comic books from my personal collection that I will be showing off. And tonight's theme is Fantastic Four. I just went and I just randomly grabbed a stack of Fantastic Four books, right, in sequence. And it just so happened I picked out the ones that were going on when I was first getting in to the first family of Marvel. Before we go any further, though, I do got to give a big shout out and thank you to everybody from last week's stream, because in one night we crowdfunded the Evil Horde Slime Pit, and I just want to say thank you. All right, let's get right into it. We're going to kick off the first 6 here. The first 6, and like I said, these are Fantastic Four comic books. So here we go. So these are the comic books that were coming out when I was first starting to read the Fantastic Four, and I've pretty much never stopped since. So here we go. First of all, Fantastic Four 301. This is right after issue 300. 300 was the wedding of Alicia and Johnny. That's right, not Alicia Masters and Ben, no, but of Johnny. But in fact, it turned out, we found out like 58 issues later, she's a damn Skrull. But there's 301. There's 302. Love that cover. To Flame No More. 303. This is one of the first comic books that I personally had in my collection. You can tell how read, loved, and beat up it is. Look at that. That's a well-read comic book, y'all. From my childhood. Right there, we got 304. A little Quicksilver action, why not? 305. Always like it when the Thing wears a tank top. Thing versus Torch. Enough said. And We're going to kick it off with the Diablo comic book, 306. You always got to have Diablo. Notice Crystal's involved there, and not Susan. There's very much a reason for that. Anyway, that's the first 6 comic books that we're showing off tonight. Stay tuned for the end of the program where we do the final 9. Let's see. Yeah, Denny O'Neil. I hated to hear about Denny O'Neil. Denny O'Neil is he was one of the first names I started recognizing in comic books. Him, John Byrne, obviously Stan Lee. Who couldn't help but notice his name. But Denny O'Neil, man, fantastic. He was the Batman editor when I was like growing up reading Batman for the first time. He wrote an amazing run on Detective Comics, Batman back in the day, created Ra's al Ghul. I believe he co-created Man-Bat. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he's one of the Man-Bat. You know, he had that successful run with Neil Adams. Then they did the Green Lantern, Green Arrow run that's collected nowadays as the Hard Traveling Heroes. He did the mod version of Wonder Woman. He's done amazing stuff. He did some work at at Marvel. I think he did an Iron Man run. Of course, he did a Daredevil run. I've read some of that, not all of it. He's the one that wrote the DC Comics Guide to Comic Book Writing. I have that book. It was one of the first books I read about specifically comic book writing back in the day. Denny O'Neil's always been a great guy. And when I've never met him. I never got to meet him, but when you watch like a documentary or something where he's being interviewed, he's so knowledgeable, so passionate, and just seems like an absolutely solid dude. And the comic book community, this industry has lost one of its absolute brightest and shining stars with Denny O'Neil. So let's just take a moment for Denny O'Neil. All right. Denny's Batman work was great. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And an amazing Spider-Man run. I don't know if I've ever read any of those. Did you see the Slime Pit commercial from the 80s? I think you need to recreate it, Robbie. Well, you know, when I get the Slime Pit in, right now it's saying Tuesday, we shall see. But when I get that Slime Pit in, I am going to make a video of it. So maybe I should check out that old school toy commercial and recreate it. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? That would be fun. R.I.P. Kate Pryde. For now, they'll find a way. They'll find a way. And I'm with Brooks. Brooks thinks that it's all some kind of elaborate plot between Kate and Emma to kind of oust Sebastian and show him for the a-hole that he is, even in Krakoa. Oh, he's the one that created Madam Web? Hell yeah, there you go. Batman 92, freaking awesome. Yeah, I agree. That was a great one. Made my top 10 of the week. So, what is your pick of the week last week? Mine was Ice Cream Man. Once again, Ice Cream Man with the just off the wall, very effective, chilling, existential, like just meanderings, like in such an innovative art form. Like it's pushing the boundaries. And I love it, love it. What's up, Real Yancey? What's up, Jay Strick? Jay Strick's in the house from the Excitable PCP crew. He says, what's up, homie? Rip O'Neil. Green Lantern, Green Arrow was some of my first comics I read. Speedy shooting up really affected me. Okay. Now, that's a great run, too, man. Very, very socially conscious. The artwork by Neil Adams, the writing, it was getting real. You know, one of the things that happened in the 70s with DC was that it started trying to, because after some years of declining sales, that what happened was they decided, I don't know whose idea it was, but they decided to kind of go a little bit with the mimicking of Marvel. And they've been kind of doing this back and forth ever since. But they started getting a little bit more grounded, a little bit more reality-based, a little bit more modern, you know? And Denny O'Neil, with books like Batman and especially that Green Lantern run, and even some of his Wonder Woman runs, really trying hard to kind of progress forward the DC storytelling and make it feel a little bit more real-world and grounded. It's something that I thought was really, really fantastic. Right now, what's your favorite book of last week that you read? If you got to go pick up your comic books and you read a giant stack or even a small stack, what was your favorite one? What's your pick of the week? Wolverine, Professor X, Colossus, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, they all came back, Eric. They all came back now, haven't they? They even brought back some that we never thought that would have been brought back. Thank God we got Maggot back. Hey, what's up, Tacky? Jeff says, picks of the week are Ice Cream Man 19, Dead Day number 1, Year Zero number 1, Decorum number 2. Year Zero, the week it came out, was my pick of the week that week. That was a very strong book. Dead Day number 1's pretty decent as well. Ice Cream Man 19, next level. Decorum, next level. Next level. Just keep saying that next level. It's next level, bro. Batman 92, that was a great one. I really liked the Joker Anniversary Special, too. I thought that was one of the best ones we've gotten of these yet. Flash 750. That was a great book. Daredevil and Archangel 8, says Eric. Daredevil number 20, Russell says, damn. Daredevil was fire, says Jay Strick. That Daredevil was amazing. I was really worried. I was like, Zdarsky's not ending the run, right? Like, it just feels like this has been built up. No, that's just the end of part 1. You know what I'm saying? And I love the direction it's taken towards the end now. I'm really, really pumped. What's up, Bruce? How you doing? William's like, Daredevil Joker 80th. Yeah, Joker 80th anniversary. Did you hear that they figured out a way to give us another oversized anniversary Batman Detective Comics issue? That's right. Issue 1027 of Detective Comics is going to be celebrating the 1000th appearance of Batman in the title. I call BS on that because Batman's not always been the star of Detective Comics. So, just going to say that. There was that, for instance, run with Greg Rucka, when it was Batwoman. So, I'm just going to say, it's not necessarily his 1000th appearance, but whatever. Batman didn't show up till issue 27, so they're doing another giant-size anniversary special for 1027. Sure. Whatever. But that Joker one was really good. Really good. Decorum. Hickman with no Marvel restrictions. Enough said. Yeah, that's why Hickman's indie work is so far superior to all of his Marvel stuff. And I love his Marvel stuff. Secret Warriors, his Fantastic Four and FF runs, Avengers, New Avengers, into Secret Wars, Infinity, and all that stuff. Love it. Love it. S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, so good. The X-Men stuff. But they ain't nothing compared to East to West and Manhattan Projects and Decorum. Pax Romana, Nightly News. There you go. Bruce says the Joker 80th was good. Hell yeah, it was. Hey, Sleepy Reader, what's up, my man? I watched your video that you put up this morning about tomorrow's publishing. I didn't hear about that, so I got to go on and try to do what I can because I absolutely love tomorrow's publishing. I used to collect Jack Kirby Collector. I haven't been keeping up with it, but I pick up every so often. I'll pick up an issue, a back issue, or alter ego. It depends on what the cover stories are, what the topic is, because for a while there, I was trying to pick up every single one, but they're so big. There's so much content in one of those magazines. It's absolutely phenomenal. But I don't have the time to just read all of them, so I'd pick up some here and there. So if everybody out there likes tomorrow's publishing, you definitely need to throw in your support right now. But yeah, Jack Kirby Collector is one of my favorites. I got some of the collected editions of the early issues, and then I remember when they went to the oversize, I was kind of like, that was back in the day. Not too far back in the day. But that's good stuff. I recently picked up the one where it's Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, stuff said, and it's just quotes from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby along a timeline. But in your video, I saw that you were showing off the Marvel in the 60s, and it went issue by issue and gave you the story, the backstory and everything about each issue. Man, that sounds freaking awesome. Definitely want to get me one of those. But thank you for joining us. Punisher Suicide Run. Actually, really did enjoy Batman 92. Punchline was pretty badass, yeah. I was prepared to not like Punchline, but so far, so good. So far, so good. I guess it should be 1026. Actually, it should be something else. Somebody should actually go through and count, because I know there are issues at Detective Comics with no Batman. So somebody should count that up. Just saying. But it didn't matter. They want to give us an oversized $10 special. That's fine. They'll do it again. Whatever. What's up, Bloody Mjolnir? 24. I hope that the Daredevil run goes on for quite a while, but I'm pretty excited by the rumors of Zdarsky moving officially to DC. He is doing some work at DC. I'd like him to stay plugged in at Marvel too. I don't think he's going to go exclusive. We'll see. It seems like Marvel usually tries to get exclusive contracts quicker. So I don't know if he's really super game for any of that, but I just want him to continue this Daredevil run for a while, and I want him to wind up taking over Fantastic Four. Herminio says Daredevil and Black Cat was the pick of the week. Sleepy says, I hear what you were saying about so much to read in each tomorrow's. I have a lot of issues I haven't gotten to completely read. Yeah, me too. There's this whole Aquaman issue they did not too long ago. I see it. It's right over there. It's in a stack of unread alter egos and back issues. But I love them. Let's see. There was a Detective Comics one, number 0. Yeah. There have been 2 Detective Comics number 0s. One for Volume 1 during the 0 Hour days, and then one for Volume 2 in the New 52 0 month. You should write a hard-boiled miniseries about Bruce Wayne as Matches Malone. Plenty of people have done that. Brian K. Vaughan did a really cool focus in on Matches Malone back in like the early 2000s. It's available if the trade, if you can still find the trade where it's like Batman by Brian K. Vaughan, it's in there. It kind of took place in the midst of the Ed Brubaker run. New Iron Man writer scenes, man, I don't think so. I'm not the biggest fan of his work right now on Doctor Doom at all. But his other work, like Everything's a really good book. And pretty certain he's the same guy that does Everything. Pretty certain. And there have been some other things that he's read. All the indie stuff of his I've read has been really interesting. The Doctor Doom, I don't even get why Doctor Doom got an Eisner nomination. I mean, I know people that like it, but I mean, like that out of everything Marvel's producing, like that? I don't know, man. Jay Strick says, Undone by Blood is low-key killing it so good. I agree, my friend. A great modern Western, even though it's set in the 70s, but it also has that classic Western style. I love how it has 2 stories going on at the same time. One, of course, being the book that the main character is reading, but they thematically tie into each other, even scene to scene, and I think it's really fantastic. Iron Man's going to have a new writer. Would like to see Zdarsky add FF to what he's writing. Enjoyed Slott's Thing series. Yeah, and I haven't hated Slott's Fantastic Four at all. But it's not getting me super excited. But those 2 issues he did of The Thing versus the Hulk were really good. Probably the best. And I'm happy that they finally pulled the trigger and got Alicia and Ben married. So that was nice. Next week is so stacked, I don't know if I'll be able to get every book I want. Wow, it's the torture of an existence of a comic book fan, isn't it? You know? Somebody asked me what I was drinking, what I was smoking. I'm drinking what I'm always drinking. Straight to ale, Monkey Knot, IPA, brewed here in good old Huntsville, Alabama. And I'm vaping on Bombi's Nano Cream. These never change, really, for the most part, to be honest with you. So what's good? What y'all want to talk about? We talked about Denny O'Neil. We talked a little bit about Tomorrow's Publishing. What else is there? We talked about the absurdity and obnoxiousness of yet another giant $10 Detective Comics when we literally just had one like a year ago. Come on, man. Come on, man. I do got a couple of little things to point out here. First of all, I did a vintage toy haul video. It's live on the channel right now. I hope you've watched it. If not, I highly encourage you to check it out. It's just me spotlighting some of the toys that I had picked up recently. Some Masters of the Universe, some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some Happy Meal toys, and even a Street Shark. Tonight in Show and Tell, I'll be showing off a little bit from my next toy haul video. And Wednesday night on the channel at 8 p.m. Central Time, Rockin Robbie Live with Liana Kangas. That's right. Comic book artist Liana Kangas will be joining us here on the channel Wednesday night, 8 p.m. for a chat with me and the Bryaniac. We're very excited to have her on the show. She's a good friend of ours, and she was the artist of She Said Destroy. She did work in many different anthologies like Deadbeats, the most recent Gwar graphic novel. She did work on that. She did work on Black AF, Devil's Die. So she's really, really cool person, and very excited to have her on the channel to chat. Robbie, you need to do a separate review video for Death Metal and the tie-ins. That seems like a cool idea, right? And I would totally be on board for that. I tried to do that going along with Doomsday Clock, and it got to a point where it was hard for me to keep up, meaning that it was hard for me to do the weekly comic book review, and then the next day do that video and get it cut together and out, and especially now that I do the top 10. And in fact, since Liana's going to be on the channel on Wednesday night when I normally film and edit the top 10 video, which just started back last week. So if you missed that, my top 10 videos are back. Top 10 comics of the week. So that one may be delayed and still into Friday morning. But I definitely should do something, because I am pumped for Death Metal, y'all. And those tie-ins, those one-shots, usually, here's something I think DC's doing better right now with this, as far as opposed to Marvel. When Marvel announces their tie-ins to their events, you're like, okay, sure, we'll check it out, right? But when DC has announced these ones, I'm like, oh, hell yes, please. Give me a Scott Snyder book called The Trinity Crisis. Yes, please give me Josh Williamson doing speed metal. Please let James Tynion do the Multiverses End. Yeah. That's got me so pumped. Even the damn Justice League tie-in that's going to be focused in on Doom is called Doom Metal, and it's written by Williamson for 5 issues. I'm so sold. I'm so ready. It's time for some shaking up. It's time for some shaking up and seeing how it's going to end. What's going to come out of it, Arminio says, I enjoyed Flash and Batman's Grave. Yeah, Flash has been great. Batman's Grave's been great, too. I saw some people in the Geminites group today kind of complaining about it, but Jim and a few others came in. They were like, this book's going to read so much better in a collected form. And it's true. It really, really is. A lot of Ellis stuff is like that. But seriously, just give it a chance. But Batman's Grave is something really special. What are you looking forward to reading this week if you only had to pick one? Death Metal. If I only read one comic, it's Death Metal, but I'll read more than that, trust me. No Marvel singles this week, though. I think this is the last week of no Marvel singles, though. I think. Wonder Woman 84 moved again, yeah, but only a couple weeks. Only a couple weeks back. It went from the end of August to the beginning of October. Tenet got moved 2 weeks back. They moved Matrix back a whole year pretty much. And Godzilla vs. Kong got moved back to next year. Any word on JSA? No, but I am fairly certain that one of the things coming after Death Metal will be JSA. Probably written by Snyder. If I had to guess. Either Snyder, or here's one that's a very good possibility if it's not going to be Snyder. Snyder has said that he wants to focus on more creator-owned stuff. So I don't know if he's going to continue on doing a mainstream DC book. I kind of hope he does. But you can kind of tell, even with Justice League, he wasn't on board 100%. I mean, he was giving it his all, but he had a lot of help. You know what I'm saying? So I think he might be doing JSA, but he may just help launch it. I am now leaning towards Joshua Williamson on JSA. I don't know if it'd be a good fit. It'd be nice to see how he does the team dynamic in this upcoming Justice League run. But if you really think about it, he's written The Flash. He's had Jay Garrick in there a little bit. Garrick's in Speed Metal. JSA is coming back. I wouldn't be surprised if JSA comes back written by Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson, and Scott Snyder kind of meanders out after like 6, 7, 8 issues or something. But it may also just be him solely, too. But I doubt that's what Capullo will be doing. Maybe Snyder and Capullo can do Wonder Woman now. I know Capullo's wanted to do Wonder Woman, but I think one of the reasons why Death Metal is so Wonder Woman-centric is because Greg wanted to do Wonder Woman. There's going to be a new glow-in-the-dark Toxic Avenger Crusader figure. Yeah, yep. I thought about pulling the trigger initially. Never did. I think they're sold out now and starting to rise up. And then just the regular one. Super 7 did them. They look amazing. But I'm really excited and happy that I got the original vintage one. It's that orange spot right there. That's my Toxie right there. Vintage Playmates. So, yeah, it's a sweet-ass figure. If one ever comes through at a decent price, I would check it out for sure. But right now, the prices are just kind of getting a bit too high. I don't even think they're out yet. I think they're just sold out. Like, the pre-orders sold through. Just read James Bond by Ellis Omni. Yeah, see, I love Warren Ellis's James Bond, but I was not digging it issue to issue. And that's kind of the same way that he's writing the structure of Batman's Grave is something like his James Bond, I think. What do you think about the new Spider-Man game coming out on PS5? It's cool with me, I guess. I haven't played a Spider-Man game since the one that came out when it was on N64. Maybe like, was that PlayStation 2 or something? I don't know. I played it on N64. So, I mean, I'm not really a video gamer unless it's like pre-1994. So, seems cool. I know it's Miles Morales, right? So that's cool to see Miles get a video game. A whole year for The Matrix, yeah. Well, I don't think it's necessarily a whole year because I think it was scheduled to come out towards the end of next year, 2021, and now it's in April of 2022. But it's because they had to shut down. They had to shut down production. In fact, one of the only movies that was still being produced apparently was Children of the Corn down in Australia. I didn't even know about it, but they just wrapped production on that. I think that's going to add a feel, an actual tension in the actors, in the performances. Bill and Ted still on track, though. Hell yeah. That's what the world needs right now. New Bill and Ted movie. Seriously. Be excellent to each other. Old Haunt started off great, Robbie. Decorum in Batman's Grave is the bomb also. I agree. Started Invincible Volume 9. You're way ahead of me. I still have only read like the first 12 or 15 issues of Invincible. I've never really done the deep dive and checked it all out. I should. Hey, what's up, Marco? How are you doing? Oh, you're never late. You're always right on time. Right when you're meant to be. Dropping Justice League after 50? Well, let's see what happens. Josh Williamson, starting with issue 53, is doing the Death Metal tie-in. I'm very excited about that, and then we'll see what's going to happen to that book. Because right now, it's just in like a place-holding position until Death Metal shakes out. Dropping Batman after Joker Award, then trade weight. Fair enough. Strick says, Robbie, you gotta get that X-Men vs. Capcom arcade one up this fall. I plan on getting. That's the one. I was waiting. That's why I never pulled the trigger. I was waiting. And now it's here. And I looked and I saw, so there's the X-Men vs. Street Fighter one. But I am going to get the Marvel vs. Capcom one because it's got some different games on it, but they both have X-Men vs. Street Fighter. And they both have Marvel vs. Capcom. But this one will have Marvel Superheroes and Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems and something else. Marvel vs. Street Fighter, yeah. So I'm going to get that one because I like the cabinet on that one so much. I'm really thinking about getting that Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man one too, though. That was probably one of my favorite arcade games. What the world needs in house. Batfleck. Excuse me. Excuse me, man. Excuse me. Batfleck. You crack me up, Billy. All right, let's take a look at what's coming up in comic shops this week. We already talked about Death Metal. We'll get back to that, I'm sure. But let's see if there's anything worth mentioning from some of the other comic book publishers. Canopus, number 3 from Scout, is out this week. Dark Ark, After the Flood, number 4. Let's see. Skipping through. From Clover Press, Grieveling, number 1. From Albatross, we have Grumble, Memphis and Beyond the Infinite, number 2. Hotel, number 2 from AWA and John Lees. Very excited for that one. Invader Zim Quarterly, number 1. Kaiju Max Season 5, number 3. Lady Zorro, number 1. The Man Who Effed Up Time, number 3. That's exciting. Unsacred, number 6. Let's see. Over the Ropes, number 5. The final issue of Jay's book about wrestling. But it's about so much more. Very excited to check that out. Rye, number 6. Red Agent Island of Dr. Moreau, number 5. Resistance, number 2 from AWA. That's the JMS book, J. Michael Straczynski. Vampironica New Blood, number 4. That's the final issue of that. I've already read it. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid ending to a pretty solid series. White Ash, number 4 from Scout. Wind, number 1 from Boom Studios. That's the surprise release that they are doing. It's the James Tynion book that was originally going to be a graphic novel, and now it's going to be a monthly comic. Let's see. Do we have anything from Dark Horse? From Dark Horse, it seems like we're just getting some collected editions, including Volume 2 of the Eisner-nominated Invisible Kingdom, so maybe I'll just check that out. From IDW, we have Crow, Leith, number 2. Dying is Easy, number 5. That's the final issue of that Joe Hill comic. G.I. Joe, 272. Transformers, number 20. Uncle Scrooge, number 56. And that's from IDW. From Dynamite, we have Death to the Army of Darkness, number 3. We've got the Death-Defying Devil, number 5. Some variant covers of something. I don't know. Dynamite just puts out a bunch of random stuff. James Bond, number 5. That's a special cover, too. Red Sonja, Age of Chaos, number 4. I think that's new. I don't read a lot of Dynamite books either. And Vampirella something? Nope, no Vampirella. Okay, so that's Dynamite. Not too much. From Boom Studios, we already know Wind's coming out. But let's see. We've got Firefly, number 16. You Can't Take the Sky From Me. We got Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 5. That's the final issue. Excited to see how that's going to wrap up. That's been a fun series. So that's what we got from Boom. Marvel, we don't have anything. Nothing new. We got some collected editions. Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil Volume 3 is out. The War Machine Epic Collection of Iron Man is out. Let's see. Silver Surfer Hardcover Omnibus Volume 1 new printing. That's pretty freaking neat. I didn't know that. I still got to buy my Commandy, though. Let's take a look at Image. Image has been slowly ramping things back up. By the way, DC's pretty much just back to normal now. Except for the whole Drop and Diamond thing coming up. From Image Comics, we have A Man Among Ye, number 1. After Realm, number 2. Birthright, number 44. Family Tree, number 6. That's awesome. You get a double dose of Jeff Lemire goodness because Gideon Falls, number 22, is out this week. You know this is gonna be a great comic week. Hardcore, Reloaded, number 5. Heart Attack, number 6. Ludocrats, number 2. Moonshine, number 18. Savage Dragon, 249. And Tartarus, number 3. Now let's go ahead and wrap up with a look at DC Comics. We have the Aquaman 100-page giant, number 4. Batman and the Outsiders, number 13. Daphne Byrne, number 5. Dark Knight's Death Metal, number 1. Okay. Let's see. Flash Annual, number 3. Green Lantern, Season 2, number 4. Oh, the really cool Matteo Scalera variant. Robbie, if you're watching, check it out. Hawkman, number 24. Metal Men, number 7. So it is continuing. Nightwing Annual, number 3. Question, The Deaths of Vic Sage. We actually have a triple threat of Jeff Lemire goodness this week. Superman 22. Wonder Woman 757. Wonder Woman Dead Earth, number 3. and Young Justice number 15. So that's what's coming out this week. What am I most excited about? Once again, death metal Dark Knights. Death metal. You know what I'm saying? Is that what metal sounds like? I have no idea. I will point out I tried this new Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew Maui Burst. It's a pineapple Mountain Dew. You can only get it at Dollar General, I think. One of the dollar stores. Pretty damn tasty, to be honest with you. Hey, what's up, Perry? Perry's in the house. Speaking of dinosaur dicks. No, I'm just kidding. That's metal to me. I don't know. Lord of me. Let's see. What flavor am I vaping? Same as always. It's a banana flavor. It's Nana Cream. That's pretty much it. Hail to do the do. Hell yeah, I love Mountain Dew. Try to drink a little of it nowadays, but I'm always down to try a new type of Mountain Dew. Y'all, get this Maui Burst. I gotta give a mad shout out to my buddy Mike the Voice Matthews, Mike06. Because he hooked a fella up. So ready for this. Read so many books to get up for metal. But you didn't read the Justice League stuff. Damn it. You're going to be like, you're going to come up to me, Strickland, you're going to be like, oh, dude, bro, when did that happen? What? Why is Luthor like that? What's going on? What's going on with the Batman Who Laughs? I'll be like, yeah, you didn't read all the stuff you're supposed to, Strickland. But it's cool. You read all that Justice League stuff, Strickland. You read all that Justice League stuff. I don't think you did. I think you're bullshitting. Strickland, you're not in the PCP army because you're not on Facebook wisely enough, but I will let you know that right now Killer Clowns from Outer Space is kicking some major ass, so it looks like that's the one we'll be covering next week. Yeah, you read No Justice. Did you read all the Justice League stuff, though? I don't think so. Don't think so. I want a Captain versus Predator book. Oh, Captain Planet versus Predator. That could be pretty interesting. That could be pretty awesome. Vaping, beer, and Mountain Dew, the Triple Crown. Oh, you know. There's other chemicals involved, too. I promise you. What pops you talking about? Are you talking about the Dark Knights pops? I've got the Batman Who Laughs, and I'm very pleased with that because I love that character. And then I've got the Dawnbreaker, and I've got... It's another... Red Death. Red Death's held for me, but I haven't gotten them yet. Oh, the Killer Clowns pops. Yeah, okay. Duh, Dylan's got them. I'm sure he'll bring them for show and tell. I really like No Justice. I like all of the Snyder Justice League stuff, though. Boo should be War of the Worlds 54. Well, it wasn't part of it. You know, this was Dylan's thing. It was Dylan's celebration of being inducted into the excitable PCP crew. And then we're continuing on with Action Fest. From that point on, we're doing a Mission Impossible night where we're going to be talking about all 6, right? There are 6 Mission Impossible films. So we're going to watch those. And then we're going to be doing a Sylvester Stallone poll. That's really exciting because it's going to be like Demolition Man, Judge Dredd, Cobra, Over the Top. He'll show up. This week, Dylan didn't realize that he was invited to the Rambo. And then he was like, I guess I'm invited to all of them now, huh? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, you are. But he didn't do a Rambo rewatch because he didn't think he was invited. How sad is that? Of course he was invited. Strickland said to make sure to watch the Rambo-thon on the replay. We had a blast. Yeah, we really did. What the fuck? This piece of shit. What's this shithole? Who wants to be here? Like the Snyder run, but he had to be high. You don't have, why do people always say that when someone does something weird and cosmically crazy? You got to be high for that. I'm like, okay, maybe. Maybe some people are high for every comic book they read, so they don't get bothered by that. Oh, man. All John Woo films. Maybe one day. This year we're doing the Mission Impossible thing, and there's an inside thing for that. But yeah, we're doing that, and we did Rambo because out of like that's like our favorite. Like one of like collectively, like that's the one that all of us just love is Rambo. And we're going to be continuing on with the Stallone celebration. We were also talking about maybe doing the Expendables too, but I don't know if we'll have time. What the fuck, mate? Am I boring you? Why do people think Alan Moore's high all the time? I don't think he is. Honestly. I don't think he is. And I don't think Grant Morrison's, like, everybody's always talking about Grant Morrison's always high. Like, I don't think he is as much these days as he used to be. I mean, let's be honest, man. If someone's just smoking a joint or doob or something, man, I mean, we're not talking, like, that's not going to cause you to, like, fucking write about crazy cosmicness, man. You know, all you need is one good psychedelic experience for that, huh? All the Jason and Freddy movies, maybe towards Horror Fest. I think we're leaning very classic this year, though, for Horror Fest. Like we did last year. We did a bunch of Dracula stuff. I think this year we're doing some other things. Frankenstein, Wolfman. I think we're talking about maybe werewolves or the Mummy for this. I don't think... Oh, well, thank you, Marcos. We'll make sure to let you in to the PCP Army. Grant Morrison is tripping before he writes. I don't think so. But maybe he is. You never know. See, Alan Moore and Grant Morrison are into other ways of getting cosmically attuned. At times. Amityville Horror. Scariest book I've ever read. Never read the book. Seen the old school movie. Saw the one with Ryan Reynolds. Didn't like that one. Like the old school one. I just mostly like the look of the house in particular. We're going to have some definite fun this year during Halloween time, though. Because we're going to keep doing the PCP movie nights live. We're having a lot of fun doing it. We'll still do real movie reviews as well. But we're having a lot of fun with PCP movie night. And it's more to the idea of what we originally wanted our movie reviews to be. Which was kind of like capturing that conversation between friends. Not just like delivering something static or whatever, but like having like the personalities come across too, you know? And we're having a lot of fun doing them so far. Yeah, everybody hit that thumbs up button. We only got 27 likes and we got 42 people in here, so come on, crush that button. Crush that thumbs up, man. Scariest book I've ever read. Left Behind. No, I'm just kidding. What's the I don't know. I have no idea. Scariest book I've ever read? I'm not thinking of anything right now. I heard horror books that I love, but I don't think they're necessarily scary. But I haven't read too many horror books, I guess. I read more sci-fi. Scariest book I ever read? Great Expectations. I hated that book. I hated it so much. I had to read that in high school. One time I thought I was going to be cool and I bought all these Charles Dickens books. And I was like, oh, I'll be like into like classic literature. Let me get a bunch of Charles Dickens stuff. It's fucking boring. Boring. I'm not doing PCP again. And to which Strickland says, you got to do PCP again. It's good for your health. Hell yeah, it changed my life. We're not talking about angel dust. It's angel dust, man. Halloween hasn't been canceled this year or postponed till next year? Brett, I don't know about trick-or-treating, but Halloween ain't never going to get canceled around us. You know we'll be celebrating. Watching horror movies. Psychedelics will show you where the doorway is and what's on the other side, but you don't need drugs after that to walk through and back. There you go. Not a Teen Dog Shades nights, but we're veering on that subject. Anybody check out the Teen Dog Shades night with me and Perry and Bueller? I had so much fun. So much fun. That's right, Brett. Every day is Halloween. Can be. Why not? Yeah, I mean, some of the Lovecraft stuff. Is it The Hound? One where they're like being, yeah, that's The Hound, right? Where they're being followed and chased by that animal, that creature, whatever. That's a good one. I do like reading some Lovecraft. You really pick up his, that dude's very scared of everything, and you really pick up that dread and sense of tension in his books, in his stories. I haven't read too much Stephen King, though. I know people that have, but right now I was reading a little bit today. I'm on book 6 of The Dark Tower, Song of Susanna. It's been a while to get through that. Believe me, it's been a while to get through that one. It's been a while. Samuel says, yeah, that was a great show. Thank you so much. We had a lot of fun. We were talking about dinosaur dicks and Bigfoot and aliens and UFOs, and Bueller can't handle some of this stuff about time and the nature of reality. Perry and Bueller were so lost, but then Bueller blew everyone's mind with gremlins and snow. I never thought about that damn gremlin shit, man. That was great. No, I don't think they were lost. They knew what they were doing. They just, I don't think they're as into some of the stuff as I am, but I had a lot of fun with them. I think they all hung right in there. I like how we blew Perry's mind, though, when we told him that the giant squid was real. He was like, that thing's real? But here's one thing that, they both have seen some kind of something in the sky. And Bueller's got that crazy experience with the car and the engine cutting and then going back with a friend and the same thing happened in the same spot. Then they see the NASA truck. He's told that story before, and Perry told that story before. That's why I had them on. Had a lot of fun with it. That was a great show. Yeah, there's a Creepshow TV show. It's on Shudder. It's like a streaming app or something. I've never checked it out, but I heard it's really good. It's got some original stories, and it's also got some remakes, I think, of some of the stuff from the movie. It just warms my heart whenever I see that Teen Dog Shades Night video with Bueller and Perry, because it has been a dream since Teen Dog Shades Nights first just manifested into existence. It was never planned. It was something that naturally happened here between me, YouTube, the internets, and you out there in the PCP Army. And it was a magical thing, literally. And it's very exciting to me to see that video and see 3 of us up there in shades, not talking necessarily about comic books and movies, maybe a little bit, but talking about paranormal shit. Loved it. Pretty sure that was an X-Files episode. Bueller's thing about the gremlins, though, really blows me away. So water is what makes them replicate, right? You get a gremlin wet or a mogwai, you get it wet, and it spits out a bunch of others, right? Right? Why are they in fucking snow? That's what Bueller said. He's like, ever since he thought of that, he can never look at the movie the same. And I'm like, holy cow, I've never thought about that. They would get wet running out there in the snow. I already knew the time zone thing, like midnight wear, that kind of thing. They even poke fun at those rules in the second one. But damn, he's right, man. Why are they just walking around in snow and not being like, ah, each step. Might as well. Might as well. Yeah, they can't eat after midnight. If they eat after midnight, they turn into gremlins. That's what it is. If they get hit with water, they spit out a bunch of like pods that new mogwai will grow. And if you're in the form of gremlin, isn't it a gremlin that pops out, right? I think. But when you eat after midnight, a mogwai eats after midnight. That's when it becomes a gremlin. A gremlin can eat after midnight just fine. fact, I've seen them in the movies eat people after midnight. I'm hearing really good stuff about the new Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai show that's coming out next year on HBO Max. Alex Packnadell, who we had on the show a couple weeks ago, is friends with, what is it? Oh, what's his name? Zun Chu or something? I can't remember his name. It's the guy that's behind TKO. He's involved in that show. And Alex said that he's seen some things from it, and it looks really freaking awesome. So gremlins can eat after midnight, but not Mogwai. And then, of course, if they get hit by light, they melt away. Yeah, if they get wet as a gremlin, they spin out gremlins. Because at the end of one, when Stripe is dying, and he's in the water fountain, and you see the bubbles popping out, and there are little gremlins in them, and they're not Mogwai. Hey, what's up, Fable? How are you doing? Oh, we talked about this upcoming week's new comics. We did the first 6, a bunch of Fantastic Four comics from my childhood. And we've just been bullshitting around about death metal and some other things, things like that. Question, is the Joker War and Three Jokers 2 different things, or is it all tied together? 2 completely different things. Three Jokers is going to be finally the explanation on how and why there are 3 Jokers. Joker War is something completely different. Now, it has had to have changed. The original idea, back in the days when 5G was going to happen, in the Dan DiDio era, the final days, James Tynion was brought in to do a placeholder run to tell a story, because the plan, allegedly, was that DC was going to, after death metal, set up, and stories were going to be done at some not distant future, but in the future. A few years had passed or something. And every book was going to be established with legacy characters. They were talking about that there was going to be a new Batman, and it was going to be Luke Fox. So James Tynion was brought on to tell the last Batman story to lead up to this. And Batman was going to continue on in a mentor type role. Jonathan Kent was going to be Superman, apparently. And Superman was still going to be kind of like guiding him on, but they were going to be a little bit more old, right? So that was the plan, but it ain't happening quite like that anymore. In fact, now they're saying that they want to twist some of that stuff into just graphic novels, right? That are outside of continuity. So the Three Jokers is completely different. What Joker War is, and if you know the deal with Joker War is that Joker's finally acting on the information that he has on Batman and his family. It was pretty much let out in the Snyder run. The Joker knows exactly who they are, right? But he just doesn't care to use it. But in this, he decides to use it, and this is the Joker War. It's like supposed to be the last battle between Batman and Joker. Well, that's not happening anymore. Now Tynion's run's going to be extended, and he's going to have to pick up the pieces after this. So I'm sure that's changed it just a little bit, but there you go. What will happen first? Three Jokers or the New Mutants movie? Three Jokers probably. But I don't know what's the date that New Mutant's supposed to come out, but we'll see what happens. Three Jokers is established in continuity, is what they say. It is released as DC Black Label, but it's because they want to be a little bit more gritty and edgy with it, because they are dealing with some distinctive themes of violence, obviously, because the 3 main characters, aside from the 3 Jokers, are Batman, Batgirl, and Red Hood. And Jason and Barbara have been very much affected by the brutality in the past of the Joker, right? And so they're going to tell a story that's going to reveal the 3 Jokers, and basically I think it's, and I've been meaning to do another Joker video, but basically I think it's the Golden Age, and it's kind of like the Silver Age, and then it's kind of like the Modern Age, right? So it is allegedly supposed to be in continuity, but I don't know if it's, because here's the thing, is like the one problem that happened with Rebirth was that Jeff Johns knew where he was going, or had an idea where he was going, but nobody else knew. So that book got delayed, and then it's all been so long. So I don't know if there's a way for them to directly tie into the idea, the 3 Jokers, into current continuity. I think we may find out that the other 2 are gone, maybe, or dead, or maybe they're not. Who knows? I'm excited to find out, though. But one of the reasons why it took so long is because they wanted it to be done. So it is done now. It only got pushed back from July to August because of the shutdown. Which upcoming comic are you most looking forward to? Death Metal. For sure. So pumped for this. This is like this is my Superboy fanboy hype. Superhero fanboy hype is that one. Aside from that, I'm really excited to see what's coming up in the Hickman X-Men world. I'm interested and anxious to see what's going on with Moira. I want to know what this Ten of Swords stuff is going to be. But I'm really, really pumped for Death Metal. Like hardcore pumped for that. The amount of good stuff coming from DC kind of sucks. Living in Australia, it sounds like DC is just going to be too hard and expensive to get over here now. I don't know what their plans are for Australia, but I know that in the UK, they're going to continue working with Diamond through next year, I think. I'm not that much into seeing a Nightwing in the state he's in. I would rather just Homer be like himself. Rather him just be like himself. Spoilers at your own discretion. Yeah, I'm right there with you. But I think that at least what they're using the Joker War to kind of tie into it. So you're going to see a little bit of, didn't mean to write the word Homer. You're going to be able to see it develop. You know, at least they're able to use this whole Rick Grayson memory loss thing to some kind of effect. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Nightwing's direction right now at all. I'm only reading it because of the Joker War tie-in, to be honest with y'all. Just saying. Sucks because DC just started kicking it into next gear with all their events, and international fans may not get those in print. That does suck. Who distributes comics in some of the other countries, though? It's not Diamond that does all of it, right? Is it? I've heard, though, that it is difficult to find recent stuff internationally. Yeah. S Squared, what's up? Same in France, but my LCS made a first order with the new distributor. We'll see. If you notice behind me, I got my Dr. Octopus and Spider-Man with the suction cup hands. And I've got my 4 turtles from the Nickelodeon line. I bought those back when they first came out, and I said, and I love that cartoon. I haven't watched all of it, but I really do like that cartoon. The original Nickelodeon one, not the current one. Or not the original Nickelodeon one, but, you know, that one. The one that's a little bit more 3D animated. But really good stuff. Really like it. So I remember back in the day, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and buy these up because I think they look cool and I don't want to miss them, and I want to have 4 turtles like that belong together. So I really, really am super pumped that I still have them. Panini does overseas. Yeah, I've seen that they do some collections and whatnot. Yeah, multiple shipping costs are going to be a big problem for stateside and overseas. Herminio. Robbie, what do you think about the current MLB situation? Do you think there still will be baseball? There will be baseball. Surely, right? They have a deadline. The deadline, was it today, tomorrow? Hopefully we have some good news tomorrow, because I think that they had a deadline. If a deal wasn't reached, they were going to go ahead and do a 50 game season. So, I don't know. I want baseball back so bad, and they were really wanting to be in training camps right now. But the players and the owners can't seem to come to terms. It seems like the players want a longer season to get more of their pay, and the owners want a shortened season and to prorate the pay, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I think if a deal's not made, which I don't think it seems like it's going to be made, they're going to do a 50-game season, which at least we'll have baseball, but to be honest, 50 games, that's not what a baseball season's supposed to be. It's the reason why the baseball season's so long is because it's a little bit more of a marathon than some of the other sports, if you make sense. You couldn't do some of the other sports with so long of a season. Diamond distributes in Mexico. Yeah, Diamond and DC have agreed to continue international shipping. I know that they have continued with Diamond UK. Is Diamond UK their international shipper, I guess? I have no idea. Hey, Robbie, did you see the Venom 26 secret variant cover? The character looks cool. I don't know if so that. Is it Virus? What character is it? Baseball season's way too long? No, Bruce. No, not at all. Not at all. Baseball is a marathon. It is meant to be played so long. There's so many ups and downs and waves that come through in the baseball season. It's amazing. And because of the length of the baseball season, that's why you have the exhilarating postseason, usually, is because the teams that make it through, it's an endurance test, too. Like it is in all sports, obviously. But I think, yeah, I'm right there with Herminio. But we're baseball fans. So, of course, we don't think 162 games is too long. The 50's too short. We're just ready for the Yankees to win a World Series. And here's the problem. In a 50-game season, there are teams, if you look at a typical baseball season, you look at it after 50 games and look at who leads the divisions and who would make it into the postseason. That is always shaken up by the end. Always. Always. You always have teams that come out hot, but they can't maintain it throughout the season. And this and that. So if we do a 50-game season this year and the Yankees come out and tear ass and just fucking win the World Series, everyone's going to be like, well, there was only 50 games. Looks like Wraith and Null put together. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that one. I'll have to check it out, mate. What the fuck is this shit? If anybody doesn't know what that is, it's the very angry British guy with the stick up his ass from the 4th Rambo film. Strickland's right. You definitely need to check out the Rambo-thon if you missed out on it. Plus, don't forget, I got a vintage toy haul. That video is up right now. Very excited about it. I had a lot of fun putting this video together, so I hope you check it out. And Wednesday night on the channel, Rockin Robbie Live with Liana Kangas, comic book artist Liana Kangas. Just read Volume 2 of the Snyder Batman New 52. So good. And Capullo. Love it. Detective Comics finished Volume 3. It's cool, but less than Snyder's. Absolutely, S squared. Absolutely. You're 100% correct. Snyder's Batman could not be touched by any of the others. The next strongest Batman book for me was Batman and Robin. At least the first 20 or so issues. The Peter Tomasi stuff, Patrick Gleason, Damian Batman. The first story, Born to Kill. You got to read that one. That one is amazing. But yeah, definitely the Snyder stuff was top notch. Oh yeah, Aquaman New 52 is great. Jeff Johns stuff is fantastically amazing. Fantastically amazing. You know it is. Oh, 120 is too short. We need 162. Bruce, come on. You got to have 3-game series, man. You got to meet up all these different teams. 162. It's the way to go. Baseball season is at the perfect length. I ordered the Batman and Robin trades, waiting for them at my local comic shop. Hell yeah. I think 120 is similar to what the, yeah, leave our baseball alone. I think 120 is like close to like what the players wanted to do at first, and then there's middle ground where they could have worked. They could have worked it out. They were only apart by like so many games. It was like they could have just fixed it. Meanwhile, the NBA, the NHL, they got their shit together. People wonder why they don't like baseball. I mean, what if we just didn't get one? Because here's something that could happen, I guess. What if they forced a 50-game season because they didn't make a deal by the deadline? And then the players do like, well, screw it, we're not going to play. Is that going to happen? I don't think it would happen. I think they realize it's a whole new thing. But I think they would realize what the strike did in 94 to the game and how it took a long time for it to recover. Strickland, there's going to be a baseball season because if they don't reach the deal by the deadline, which I think is today, they're forcibly going to have a 50-game season. Man, I'm going to have to get up to the Bronx one day so I can go watch a game with Herminio and Fable. Yeah, the owners don't want to pay 100%. I understand that. And the players want to get as much as possible. They know it's going to be a prorated season, meaning they're going to get paid based on the games that are going to be played. The players want more games, obviously, because they want more pay. So you could look at it and be like, well, that's shitty, but, I mean, that's their job. And then the owners don't want to pay because they want to save money because the revenue is being lost because there's not really going to be fans, and so you're going to have a lot of lost sales. I just want it to come back some way, though. I'd like to see a baseball game again with my Yankees. I just hope when basketball starts, the Lakers haven't been, like, gaining weight, not in shape. I don't think so, though. Yeah, wouldn't it be great to have my first Yankees game with members of the PCP Army? Hey, Robbie, have you read the Joker trade paperback? C3, you talking about the one by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo? If so, yes, and I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite Joker story, but it's good. I like it. I like their Luther a lot better. Well, I hope you enjoyed S Squared. I never really liked the Deathstroke book from the New 52, but I never dove too deep into it. I've heard good things about the Christopher Priest run from Rebirth, but I've not really delved into that. All right, y'all, we're about to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back here. On the next half, we'll be answering more questions. We'll be doing the show and tell and all that jazz, but we're also going to be doing a top 5. I'll be talking about my top 5 favorite toy lines from the 1980s. Think of some questions, comic book, movies, pop culture related, and start throwing them out, because when we get back, we're going to get right into it. We're going to take a break, and this is me years ago covering New Order's Blue Monday. This is just a demo that was never really meant to be heard by anybody, so don't judge me too harshly, but I was just trying to recreate the song with my own equipment, and I thought it'd be a fun thing for everybody that stuck through the break today. So here is me, Rockin Robbie, performing New Order's Blue Monday. We'll be right back, y'all. Hey everybody, welcome back here to Rockin Robbie Live. That's right, I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and I'm here on Pop Culture Philosophers for Rockin Robbie Live. Do not be fooled. These are not Teen Dog shades. These are straight to ale shades. Who knows what that means? Anyway, thank you for sticking with us through the break. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's get back to the comments and conversation. Let's go ahead and throw in some questions. This show is fueled by your questions, thoughts, concerns, comments, all that jazz and more. I do want to say you can follow Pop Culture Philosophers on Facebook and Instagram. If you're on Facebook, join the PCP Army, where we have a new PCP Army movie review poll going on, in which Killer Clowns from Outer Space is just kicking ass. Kicking ass. You can find podcasts and more at popculturephilosophers.com. You can help support the channel with Super Chat by just liking, sharing, subscribing, and joining us at patreon.com/PCP, like these fine people right here. David, Alex, Brianiac, Nelson, Brian, Reggie, Brian, David, DD Bullseye, Dean Dunlaney, HC, Jason, James, Javi, Josh, Kenneth, Lewis, Monmeat, Michael, Mikey, Robert, Timo, TJ, and William. Thank you so much. By the way, if you're on Patreon, you get access to, you get early access, I should say, to videos. You get exclusive content once we get back to doing podcasts. We'll be doing the PCP After Hours. You also get the weekly comic book review hours before everybody else here on YouTube in a downloadable audio file. All that for as much as you want, Marcos. As much as you want. It starts at $1 a month. We ain't greedy, but we always need help supporting the channel. Lights, internet fees, subscription services. I'm talking about things like StreamYard, not talking about Netflix and whatnot. Anyway, here we are for the second half of Rockin' Robbie Live tonight. Let's see. Jay Strick talking about the Lakers said, nah, LeBron has had all the Lakers staying at his place and they've been just hooping and working out. Lakers want this ring. Hell yeah, good to hear. Esquire got the Priest run, too, of Deathstroke. Hell yeah, let me know what you think of it. I need to get into it. I need that Evil Dead jacket, yeah. I don't even have that Evil Dead jacket anymore. It was a cool jacket, but I hated it, too, because it was one of those, like, windbreaker jackets, so it was like... And if you want to know why that image looks so early 2000s, well, because it's from the early 2000s. Cool new order cover and Evil Dead jacket. Thank you. Looks like he just walked off the set of Stranger Things. LOL. Okay, digging it. Thank you. Okay, Robbie. Sorry. Get the other guy to stick with the vocals. Yeah, okay. I'm not a singer. Never claimed to be. That's why that was unreleased. That's just a demo. It's got things in it. It's not fully fleshed out. It's just something I was working on years ago, and that's the point I got it to before I moved on to something else. Too monotone. Too monotone? Have you ever heard the original Blue Monday, homie? Too monotone. Too monotone. Back rolls. Robbie, I rooted for the Lakers a lot especially because Boston hates them so much, but I can't root for them with LeBron there. Well, you can, but you choose not to, but that's okay. Good luck to your Knicks. Monotone. I like LeBron there, and Alpha always holds the squad. I'll take the Clapers with oh, okay. Lenord. Illuminati confirmed. I think Robert Anton Wilson said this. He said, live your life like it's all run by a secret conspiracy of a group of people, and that group of people is you and your friends. Bruce's name was Skeptic or Kevin. It was his given name. Skeptic is the name he earned. Yeah, there is a reason why he sang in the basement show, not me, homie. None of that, Billy. Tonight it's going to be sitting on my ass watching some Turtles cartoons and eating some pizza. How about that? I haven't gone back to the gym yet. It's open now, but I haven't gone back yet. Not that I'm necessarily fearful to do it, but like, I don't know what their rules are. Like, they got some. I got an email with some of their rules, but they didn't say anything about a face mask, man. But I'm all for wearing face masks, but I can't wear a face mask when I work out. They're probably. I'm sure they're not gonna. This is Alabama. I'm sure they're not doing that. Oh, well, thank you, Taki. I should cover Umpam. Hey, man, I'm sorry about the dig at the Knicks. Back in the day when I grew up, I loved Patrick Ewing. So there you go. That sounds fun. Turtles and pizza, cowabunga. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Horror Man 36, I am so hyped for The Last Ronin. Eastman and Laird back together doing a like Dark Knight Returns type story for the Turtles. I'm very excited to see which turtle is the last surviving turtle. Probably Raphael, but story-wise, he probably would be one of the first ones to die if I had to guess. You know, he'd jump in ahead of himself or something. I like to use a gator. It doesn't bother my breathing. Okay, Brian, I'll check it out. Then I can pretend like I'm Bane in the gym, you know, like, no one cared who I was until I put the mask on. Yeah, the variants for those are good. Strickland, yes, always been a Knicks fan since the John Starks days. Seemed way too long ago. Cover A, Marcos, to be honest with you, but I am a cover A kind of guy. Is it Leonardo? Let's just be honest. The most popular turtle's Raphael. I bet it's Raphael. Is Last Ronin part of the Urban Legend series? Well, the Urban Legend series is just the continuation stuff that they did later on, right? But, I don't know. It's its own kind of thing. Maybe you can view it as an Elseworlds type thing or something. Altered Carbon Season 2 and Lost in Space Season 2 are pretty good on Netflix. I haven't watched Lost in Space Season 2 yet. I really liked the first one. Haven't seen any Altered Carbon. The Urban Legends is still coming out. It's just reprinting that stuff. I don't know if that series ever officially like wrapped up. Maybe that's what The Last Ronin is. Who knows? I'm not that familiar with the Turtles comic book history. I've read like the first 12 or so issues of the original series. And then I've read like the first 20 or so issues of the new IDW series. And that's pretty much it. Hey, what's up, Comic Book Therapy? Hey, what's up, Reggie? With the super chat, he says, play that beat. Let's do it. Thank you, my man. Yeah. Yo, I call this the Slime Jam. Look at that slime drip down on Beastman. That's the one that's going around. Slime Pit, Evil Horde, what you talking about? Yo, made by Mattel, and it's from Masters of the Universe, and some bumping in the 80s. Thank you so much, Reggie. So thank you so much, Reggie, for the super chat there. Really do appreciate it. Thank you for the support, homie. Hope you like the beat. Let's see here. What up, man? Just got caught up on Oblivion song. The story has been ramping up. I need to get caught up on it. I haven't been reading it since like the first 6 or 7 issues. Urban Legend is the run from Image. Yes, that's right. It was published by Image, but was it a continuation of the Mirage stuff? I have no idea. I need to read all the Turtles shit. Right now, I'm just trying to get through all the animated series. I've never sat down and watched every single one in sequence. I got that Turtle Van DVD set. I'm in season 2 right now. You know, when Shredder's like got none of his equipment, none of his foot soldiers. He's just hiding behind bushes, spying on the turtles. Oh, you turtles. I'm loving it. So tonight I'm having pizza and watch Ninja Turtles. It's the kind of life I lead. Also, 4 seasons of The Expanse on Amazon Prime is great. Best realistic space conflict between humans on Earth, Mars, and the asteroid belt. I have heard majorly good things about The Expanse. I've never watched it and definitely on the list. What the fuck, mate? Who wants to be in this shithole? It's hot as fuck up in here. People that did not watch the Rambo-thon video probably don't get that, but that's okay. Y'all gonna have to deal with that for a few weeks probably. What the fuck, mate? Am I boring you? Oh, I know you are. I've seen men like you. I've seen it all. I've seen all this bullshit. It doesn't matter. What movie will benefit more in theaters when they open up? Well, if everybody's rushing to go as soon as the first new movie comes out, it's going to be Mulan, right? Mulan's like the first real one, it seems like, coming out. I think that could really elevate Mulan's status. Like, more people might want to go check it out. But it may also hurt because maybe some people are going to be kind of hesitant to go back to the theaters. I think Tenet's going to make money no matter what. But, I think Bill and Ted's going to benefit tremendously. I have read the first 2 issues of Star Trek Year 5. We're talking about the new one, right? Yeah, the one by the cast that did Zojicon. I've been getting every single one of them, but I haven't been reading them. They're a little verbose. So I took it out of the monthly stack and decided I'd read it after a big chunk. And, of course, they're like 12, 13 something issues in. Love the change to the Joker video. Well, I just got to appreciate you guys for helping us pick up the slime pit for the evil horde. I've been bitten by the Motu bug, Masters of the Universe. Up there, I got my Whiplash and my Clawful, part of the Toy Haul video that I just released last Friday. It's steadily getting viewed. Very small numbers, but we're happy with it. Mostly because I had so much fun making this video. So, yeah. Yeah, never watched Expanse either, but hearing good stuff. Yeah. Tenet. I'm going to send you a super chat from my fiance's channel, Coffee Girl and Espresso Guy. Here she comes, $20. Well, that would trigger that dope beat again the moment it pops up. Candyman. Candyman is what, September? Candyman could benefit. Basically, any movie that... it's going to be slim pickings. It's kind of like comic books. Like when DC was coming back, the reason why I read The Dreaming was because on that first week of comics returning, and it was just DC, and it was just like 3 books, The Dreaming was one of them. And I was like, well, damn, I better get caught up on The Dreaming. And I'm glad I did. Reading all of The Dreaming in just a couple days, that book is magnificent. It's masterful. There's no reason why anybody who liked The Sandman wouldn't like that. That is absolutely fantastic. So the same kind of effect could happen with movies, because we're still going to have to wait for Wonder Woman, Black Widow, and a bunch of others, right? So Tenet's going to benefit. Mulan possibly could. It's a little nerve-wracking with them being the first one, right? Right? Or is I think Tenet's on the same day now. Actually, yeah, if Tenet's on the same day, it's Tenet. Tenet's going to be the one to really benefit. But I think that movies like Candyman and especially Bill and Ted will really benefit from this. Because their profile just got raised higher. Because now they're before the summer movies that are now Christmas time movies. Halloween time movies. Oh yeah, I got some of the variants on the Star Trek Year 5. And they're dope. Some of the variants on Q Conflict were great too. Oh, William, we're not too worried. In our theater, even when during normal times, our theater is very empty. It was the theater in the 90s and early 2000s. And then they've built so many more new modernized theaters. So hardly anybody ever goes there now. But we have a lot of fun going there. It takes us back. It's the theater that we went to in the 90s that we worked at. Me and Jelani worked there and a few others. Hey, we got that super chat. Once again, thank you so much. Coffee Girl, Espresso Guy, Comic Book Therapy. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for the support. And last week we raised enough money for the Slime Pit. And we'll put together a new goal sometime soon, possibly. But I do want to say thank you very much. Listen to this dope beat. This one I actually wrote. Started this shit back in 98. I lit me and Jay said, hey, it's great. It was about 10 plates with the munchies I ate. But now I'm smoking weed, crate after crate. My name is Contact the Great. What the fuck did I say? A pie way. That's the trail that we blaze every fucking day. You said every fucking day? I said every fucking day on the Contact Parade. Yeah. Me and Strickland gonna write something to this. Slime Jam. Two shots of Jaeger as it burns in my chest. Shotgun sparks, time to earn with the best. Put on a show as you learn with the rest. Yeah, people start rocking, not concerned nonetheless. Until you realize what the fuck I'm saying. And how important is the vibe I'm laying. My desk's getting closer, ain't got time for playing. And on that day we gonna go celebrating. It's funny that you say that. Need Brooks dropping a hook. Next week or next time, I'll play a song that Brooks is actually on. So on the album Greenlit that we did. By the way, that's what I was spitting was lyrics from Greenlit, but it's supposed to be spit much faster. But anyway, what the hell was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's a song called "It Does Matter" in which Brooks plays the president. He has one line, it's pretty dope. But I also have a clip of, he did one of the skits on there where he was singing like an idea he had for a song. It's an inside joke between us, but it's funny. Hey Robbie, do you have the Technodrome or Krang? Always wanted those as a kid. I never had a Technodrome. I used to have the sewer playset. I have a Krang right now, but I don't have the big Krang body. I want that. But we'll actually be talking about my most desirable TMNT toys here coming up not too long from now. Wasn't expecting that when I walked back into the room. Well, you know, someone wants to give a super chat. I appreciate it so much. I just want to, you know, rap. I just want to sing rap for you. And now a word from the president. Yeah, his line was had some like the setup in the line was something like, what is it? What does it go? I don't remember what it was, but his line was he was mimicking a president, right? And he wasn't mimicking a certain president. He was just, but his so it's a president's response to me. This song was written in the Bush days, right? And so his line is, "I'm the fucking president, so listen to what I said." But the way he does it, he goes, "I'm the fucking president, so listen to what I said." Kind of sounds like Be Real just a little bit. What's a run people seem to really like that you're not a fan of? I know they exist. The first one that pops in my head is Saga. I am not super into Saga, but I think that would change if I got back into it. I only read like the first 20 so issues. J-Strix right there. There's a run people seem to really like that I'm not a fan of. You just hit the nail on the head right there. I was trying to think of something current. But yeah, Batman Hush. J-Strick, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Under the Red Hood either, but Hush in particular really kind of pisses me off. I don't like Hush, but I know a lot of people that like it. Under the Red Hood, I'm a little bit more forgiving of nowadays because I think the animated movie is so magnificent. Bruce, if Bueller wants to try to challenge me in a rap-off, he would be sorely mistaken to do that, but I would be down. Yep, I'd be down. Yeah, I hate Batman Hush. There's one. Unpopular opinion. Technodrome or Punisher van should be the next goal. PCP Army can do it. Well, Herminio, I'm telling you, man, I've been looking up some of these prices on things, and that Punisher van's too expensive. Too expensive. I never heard Jim Mint rap. He might. I know that he listens to more hip-hop than Bueller probably does. Not saying Bueller doesn't listen to hip-hop. I'm pretty sure he does. I don't know what kind of music does Bueller listen to the most? Do you think it's that slow jazz that he's playing in his videos? If Jim Mint's Everlast, man, I want to see it because I want him to pull out that acoustic guitar. I love Everlast. I've seen Everlast live. He does resemble, he could be Everlast's brother. I'm not kidding. Love me some Everlast. I was a big House of Pain fan back in the day. I think it's jazz. Bruce says Ozzy. She's kicking back, listening to some Motley Crue. Oh, yeah. Kickstart my heart, never do my damn, yeah. Yeah, he says he likes jazz. Let's not forget he's from Portland. He's got a little bit of a hipsterness to him. I'm sure. I bet he listens to that. I've heard him, could be on a stream and he's got it playing in the background. You know he rocks hard on some Wu-Tang. If you could recommend one run/story arc to read, and only one, what would it be? Well, who are we talking about? Are we talking about someone who's well-versed in comic books and has already read a bunch? Are we talking about someone who's never read a comic book and they only will ever read one? If someone was only ever going to read one comic book ever in their life, I think that they will get the most out of reading something like Mouse. Now I got this idea in my head, this vision of Bueller sitting at his house, drinking coffee on a rainy day, just listening to jazz, being like, just contemplating life. I want to, not in a bad way, in a good way. Batman the Long Halloween is a good read. It's a great read. It's one of my favorite Batman books. I suggest to everybody, if they want to get into superhero comic books, if they want to get into that side of it, read Year One, Long Halloween, and Dark Victory. Perfect trilogy. Jim said he grew up in Florida. It's definitely Wu-Tang or Outkast. Jim's favorite, I think, is Bone Thugs and Harmony. Beeler's going to be listening to like some kind of like super sub-genred, like electro hip-hop or something. Something we've never heard of. I just picked up the Marvel Select Punisher figure, and he has someone tied to a pinball machine. It looks like I thought, yeah. Marcos, I got that when it first dropped, like, God, what was that? 2003, 2002, something like that. I remember this is when the Marvel Select line first started. And, like, it was Spider-Man and Elektra and Punisher were the first three, and we all got them. We all loved them. They were the most detailed, Marvel figures we had at those times, because before that, it was just the Toy Biz stuff, right? And that Punisher figure was something else. That Punisher figure was amazing. I think the Legends were starting up at that time, too. But, oh, my goodness. That Punisher figure was so cool. I don't have it anymore. My buddy George has it in his place. That's where that wound up at, I think. I think that's the one I had. But, yeah, it's dope. He's got the criminal smash into a pinball machine, and he's pulling the gun on him, and the guy's got, like, a grenade in his mouth or something. It's pretty dope. Yeah, Taylor, actually, I heard from Bob yesterday. I think he said that we were going to do the villains draft. I don't know when exactly we're doing that, because we are going to be doing a best comics of the month stream this year, or this month. It's going to be on Bueller's channel, I believe. I listen to Moby. I love Moby. Moby makes great cinematic music. I love me some Moby. I really do. Go. There's like a CD. It's like Go, the collected remixes, and it's literally just one disc is nothing but just remixes of Go for like over an hour. And I used to listen to that shit all the time. I love Go because it uses music from Twin Peaks. It's Laura Palmer's theme, I think. It's not the main theme. I love all the music in Twin Peaks. The theme song to me is not quite representative of the rest of the score. So I still enjoy it, though, because it makes me think of Twin Peaks. The boom, boom, boom. Tangerine Dream, Fable, who did this, one of my favorite horror movie scores for Near Dark. Holy cow, do I love the music for Near Dark. It's like me and Mike are the only people that voted for Near Dark in the damn poll, though, so far. So it definitely seems like Killer Clowns from Outer Space is going to win this PCP Army movie poll. But if you haven't voted yet, show Near Dark some love. Let's see it compete a little. Rest assured, we're doing Near Dark for Halloween this year, no matter what. Hey, what's up, Hamburger Basket? Good evening, and good evening all here. Just read Venom 25. Good jumping on point. Sure. It is now that you've read that, because it catches you all up towards the end, and it kind of ends everything. So there you go. I think it's, from this point forward, you can jump in, but you might as well get the trades that came before, and read that stuff, because it's pretty dope. Oh, Taylor, I've never seen that, but somebody who uses a lot of Moby in their movies is Michael Mann. There's a lot of Moby used in Heat, a lot. And I've written scripts back in the day. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I still have ideas. And one of my ideas, I'm trying to see if I can somehow turn it into a comic book series. But that's intended to have a lot of Moby music. A lot. Yeah, his music's very cinematic. It works. Near Dark is the shit. Hell yes. Near Dark. I'm not quite a big fan of the ending, to be honest, Near Dark, but I love that movie so much. The tone, the atmosphere, the music, the performances by Bill Paxton, Lance Hendrickson. Come on. Love that movie. I'm very forgiving of that shitty ending. I really don't like that ending. Bring that beat back, says Reggie. Okay. Reggie, thank you so much. I really do appreciate the support here, buddy. This is for you. this. This story about the man named Victor Von Doom, if you know who I'm talking about. Go and figure, he's a man on the scene. The man's gonna do what he's gotta do. Even if it seems mean to you, let me tell you what, I'm not a good freestyler. I like to write it out, but that's okay. And that's alright, cause this beat's so good that the jam is tight. It's a slime pit, yo. You better watch out with the goop-de-goo. It's gonna fall over you. It's quite good. What the fuck? Man, I really tickled myself with that line. Damn. Thank you so much, Reggie, for your second super chat of the night. We really do appreciate the support. Brian, I laughed because I surprised myself because I felt like I was about to just completely lose it. In fact, I was losing it the entire time, okay? Struggling. It didn't have a good syntax or flow to it, but whatever. But when I hit that goop-de-goo and it'd be a fall all over you, like it just cracked me up so much. I lost it completely. Lost it completely. Do a near dark freestyle to that beat. I hate it when they ain't been shaved. Oh man, I got like my Severin glasses on, man. I need some spurs. Yeah, the bar scene. Exactly, the bar scene. You're gonna take your head off. Clean off. Clean off. Oh my God. I love that movie so much. Near Dark, directed by Catherine Bigelow. I did another one of my favorite movies, The Hurt Locker. Really like that one too. Near Dark is the shit. No, Manhunter has a great soundtrack. In fact, Michael Mann films in general have amazing usage of music. And one of the reasons why I love Michael Mann films. Some people think they're too drawn out, too long. I don't care, because I love every single one I've ever seen. I love Miami Vice, Collateral, Manhunter, of course. Heat, absolutely fantastic. The Insider is really good. Love me some Michael Mann. You know who else likes Michael Mann a lot? Brian Hill, comic book writer. Brian Hill. You can tell in his style. You can tell in the way he writes. You can really tell. Do a near dark freestyle to that beat. Possibly. If it pops back up, I'll try to do a near dark freestyle. I can't make any promises that it's going to be good. I might go back to the goop-de-goo. Hey, Mike, what's up? Ordered leg connectors for Motu. Hell yeah. Let's get this damn Horde Trooper fixed up, right? I got some He-Man figures I'm showing off. Not He-Man, but Masters of the Universe figures that I'm showing off towards the end of the night. Love the original Old Boy soundtrack. I've never seen that. Hey, what's up, Bueller? Your ears must have been ringing. We were talking about you. We were trying to figure out what kind of music you listen to on the regular. It seems like the consensus is jazz, but we also like the idea that you listen to like Motley Crue or Ozzy Osbourne or Bone Thugs and Harmony, or my favorite was Wu-Tang. Just you chilling, listen to some Wu-Tang. But we kind of agreed that it's probably more like you at home, drinking coffee, rainy day, looking outside, playing some slow jazz. It feels like the Bueller vibe. And Bueller, when you need me to send you that stuff this week, just send me a message. We'll talk about it. But yeah, very excited. Leg connectors. We're trying to figure out how to repair and fix Masters of the Universe figures, because you can get good figures cheap because they got super loose legs, and those legs, the rubber will always come out. Me and Mike actually had this discussion last week. I think it was Saturday. He was saying that like pretty much every single one of them is going to snap at some point. And then I came home and my Horde Troopers damn rubber bands on his legs had snapped. What the fuck, mate? What the fuck is this shit? This fucking come home and my Horde Trooper's leg just gives out. So right now I'm afraid to move my Horde Trooper or that shelf up there because they're on the top shelf, because I got the leg like completely jammed up in its socket. And it's been up there. for 2 weeks or so. I can't believe it. And it's an expensive figure to replace. It really, really is. See, here's the official word from Bueller. It says, I like jazz. Yep, absolutely all types from back in the day, you know. Nothing within the last 10 to 15 years. I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm not listening to a lot of, like, more recent stuff. I need to make a more conscious effort to do so because you don't want to lose touch, right? Or sometimes maybe you do. My leg is jammed. Fuck. Come after me, you sons of bitch. Anybody ever seen Rambo 4? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about that British guy. Just at an 11 the whole night, man. The whole night. Well, we've been talking about action figures, so let's continue the talk. Tonight's top 5 will be my top 5 favorite action figure lines from the 1980s. My top 5. I had to do some soul searching for this. Had to to think. This is a combination on the runs and figures I really like now. Some of them I'm gotten back into recollecting. But it's also an amalgam of what I loved as a kid. So I took what 5 to 10-year-old Robbie loved, and I take what I still love today, and I kind of jumbled it all together, and I came up with the top 5. Lots of honorable mentions. Dino Riders. Thundercats. Transformers, G.I. Joe. They didn't make this list. So what could it possibly be? And right now, go ahead and let me know what your favorite toy line from the 1980s is. And I'll start my top 5. At number 5, we've got Secret Wars. That's right, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars. These were the first Marvel Comics superhero toys I ever had. And I loved them. Back in the day, I had a red and blue Spidey. Still do. Still have that. It's a different one, but I have that one. I have the Iron Man. I've got... Did I get the Doctor Doom? No, I didn't. I don't have the Doctor Doom. I have a Captain America. None of them have their shields. I have a Doctor Doom on card. I have a Wolverine, no claws. And that's it. That's all I currently still have. No, I got a Falcon. Just got a Falcon last year, actually, because my buddy Chris. But yeah, the Secret Wars line was great, obviously tied into the 12-issue series by Jim Shooter. Mike Zeck. Loved it. The 2 pieces that I would really like to have right now in my collection, the next ones I'd like to work on, is first of all, I'd like to get the Tower of Doom. I had an opportunity a few years ago to get one, and I didn't get it because it's not really the most enticing thing. But seriously, I have more Secret Wars figures now, and that would be a great display case for them. And the one figure that I want above all else right now is the black costume Spidey. I wanted this when I was a kid, and I still want it today. That's one of my favorite ones. At number 4. Silverhawks. Tally Hawk. Wings of silver, nerves of steel. Silverhawks. I loved the cartoon as a kid. I loved and adored the figures. I had so many of these figures. They all got bashed up. They all got lost. And nowadays, all I have is a really beat-up Quicksilver that Mike helped me put together with the help from our buddy Chris. And I have a flashback, the green dude back there. I have a flashback in absolutely perfect condition. But I don't have anything else except for Monstar, the fliphead villain. I have him complete. And I also have, is it Mumbo Jumbo, the bull dude? I have him. But that's it. So what would I like the most out of Silverhawks right now in my collection? Pretty much everything that you're seeing here on the screen. I want the Silverhawks complete with beautiful, shining silver metallic finish and their wings. And I even want a better Quicksilver. And they're very expensive. And the highlight of this, straight up, would be Mirage. The Mirage is the ship in which the Silverhawks fly in. I had this when I was a kid. It is incredibly expensive right now, but I would love to add that back into the collection. At number 3, Masters of the Universe. This is one of the first toy lines I remember collecting as a kid. Some of the first toys I remember having. I always had a fascination with these toys. I started getting back into them recently because of the Super 7 Masters of the Universe line, and now I'm buying some vintage ones here and there. Just picked up a Whiplash and a Clawful and an Evelyn and even a Battle Cat and a Panther, and I plan on getting more. I loved these toys when I was a kid, and I still love them today. They're absolutely fantastic, really cool, great vehicles, and especially once we figure out how to take care of the leg issue, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So, what do I want right now? The most coveted Masters of the Universe pieces for my collection? Well, first of all, there is a Snake Mountain, but I have a line on a Snake Mountain, so I'm not including that one, but the Fright Zone. So we got the Evil Horde Slime Pit. Might as well get the Evil Horde Fright Zone. I was looking it up today. You can actually get the Fright Zone for not too expensive. The only problem is that damn snake puppet. That snake puppet alone makes this a very expensive playset. I've seen this stuff go with the snake monster for like $160 to $200. Like, what the hell? That's really expensive. Now, I've seen the rest of the set, minus the snake puppet, go for as little as $50 to $60. So that's very doable, very much in reach. But if you want to buy that snake puppet on its own, you're definitely 100% going to spend over $100 just for that damn snake puppet. It would be a great piece to display my Evil Horde figures because that's my favorite bits of Masters of the Universe are the Horde and the Snake Man. And the one figure that I want to have and is so expensive, and I probably will never get it, but I want it so bad, is a Scareglow. I've wanted this one since I was a kid. It's a skeleton. It glows in the dark. Come on, man. At number 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This one counts because it started in 1988, but it only went those 2 years, and then it went well into the 90s. So these are the first 2 years of releases of the figures. I have a Krang. I have a Usagi. Pretty much everything else you see is one I want. I do have a Michelangelo now, and they are doing that box set that's going to have the original 4 with Shredder and Splinter, and I definitely am going to be getting that one. Very excited. I want all of these figures in the early waves. These are the ones that came out in the 80s. So what is the one piece I want to add to my collection right now? The Turtle Van. The Party Van. Come on. I had this when I was a kid. Very quickly lost so many of its pieces. I would love to have one of these complete. That, and of course the sewer place, that would be great. I would have said the Technodrome, but that came out in 1990. So there you go. And number 1. My number 1 favorite toy line from the 1980s. DC Superpowers. Come on, y'all. You know I love these things. I actually have quite a few of these, not anywhere near complete. There's still so many pieces I want. I got a Superman, Batman, Robin, Aquaman, Dr. Fate. I've got Martian Manhunter. I've got Clark Kent. I've got Flash. But there are a lot of pieces I'm missing. I do have Steppenwolf, too. Yeah, I forgot about that. And I got a Joker. And I got a Lex Luthor. But I don't have some like Brainiac, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Hawkman. That's one I had as a kid I really would like to have again. I want the whole damn set, to be honest with you. Oh, I have a Red Tornado, too. But loved these toys. These were some of my absolute favorite toys when I was a kid. And right now, what do I really want aside from those figures that I'm missing? I want a Hall of Justice so bad. I had one of these when I was a kid. It holds your figures, plus it is the Hall of Justice, pulls out. It looks fantastic. I want that. But another one I had when I was a kid that I would love to get back again, and it's pretty pricey now, is the Batcopter. I love this Batcopter. I have the Dark Knight Kenner version of this they used for the Batman movie. It's the same thing, but it's just all black. But I love those colors. I love that orange cockpit shield. It just blows me away. I love it so much. So those are my top 5 favorite toy lines from the 80s and some of my most desirable pieces from said collection. So what are your favorites? Let's get your comments. And humanoids. I wasn't ever really super into that. Alex Ross's toy collection is insane. Oh man, I bet. Fable says Masters of the Universe, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Silverhawks. Love all of those. I wasn't as into Transformers and G.I. Joes as a kid. There was a moment where I got into G.I. Joe and Transformers both, but I never really had a lot of them. Probably because the pieces I really wanted were some of the most expensive. Now, I had some Joes that I absolutely loved. My favorite Joe that I had was Balboa or Boa, the boxer dude. Loved him. And I had the Bat guy, B-A-T-T or whatever. Bueller actually mentioned him in his last What's Coming Up video. Herminio says G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Transformers, He-Man, Voltron. Hell yeah. That picture is Sam. Sam took that picture for Silverhawks. Yeah, I just found it on Google. It was like one of the first. I was like, that's a good picture. Hell yeah, buddy. That picture I found on Google is actually taken by our buddy Sam. That's cool. He already got rid of all those Silverhawks, didn't he? Silverhawks are damned expensive. Damned expensive. When I bought that flashback, Jelani bought a Copper Kid. God, beautiful. You hardly ever see them in really just perfect shape. What's up, David? You've missed a lot of fun, but we're going to have some more fun, so don't worry. Travis, that's Bueller. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Mask, Transformers, and Dungeons & Dragons in that order. Oh my God, I love Mask. I had Mask when I was a kid too. We had a Boulder Mountain, whatever that place that is, not too long ago, but I just don't have room for it right now. But I've decided I'm going to start making room. But yeah, those are all great ones. I had some Star Wars figures growing up, but it was never something I really collected until the 90s. I had the Mirage, but none of the figures, Herminio said. That's a cool vehicle. I remember when you would hit the chest and it would damage. Yeah, the problem is every time we get a battle damage He-Man or Skeletor, the locking mechanism has completely worn down and it just stays in the completely damaged mode. Let's get Robbie a 3D printer. Well, 3D printer's fine and all, but like the knowledge and how to use it, man, I don't know what. Honorable mention: Centurions, Mask, Visionaries, and Bionic. Bionic 6. Yeah, I like all those too. Visionaries is a great one. Supernatural is a great one too. That's 80s, right? That's a great one. Had to narrow it down to a 5 though. It's tough. Herminio says TMNT is in my 90s top 5. It probably will be in my 90s top 5 too. But that's why I focus just on to be honest, I think the 80s toy line, the 80s, the 88 and the 89 line for TMNT, I think those are the best. And very, very strong. Now, the 90s has some great figures too. I love the Universal Horror ones. Those have started creeping up in price. I have a lot of them, and I would really like to get the Creature from the Black Lagoon for sure. Leo is the Creature. It's one of the ones I'm missing. But they also, yeah, they had great, but that's why I was just focusing on, that's why I didn't put the Technodrome, because that's 1990. Because that's the one turtle piece I want. Like, I would, right there. And another honorable mention, y'all, Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. I don't have any OG Ghostbusters toys, except for I got the Mummy. I got the one Mummy dude. But I've always kind of avoided it, because I was just trying to focus on other things, like Power Rangers and whatnot. But I'm opening it up. I'm opening it up. Well, the cool thing about the 80s Turtles is that they all got redone. So, you know, they're all basically the same figure. They just kept redoing. So you can check those out. Oh, I loved Rock Lords. I actually got a line on a couple Rock Lords coming up. Yeah, Wingnut. Yeah, the Ghost. I want a Firehouse so bad right now. Could have got one a couple years ago, and I didn't. I remember Zoids. I grabbed the Voltron they had at Walmart. I never had a Voltron when I was a kid. I wanted one so bad. It's probably one of the reasons why I jumped into Power Rangers so hardcore, even in middle school, was because it was like, oh, it's kind of like a new thing, you know? Yeah, Ghostbusters. I really want to get those re-releases of the Kenner Classics that are coming out at Walmart's right now. So definitely want to be checking that out. Oh, I love GoBots. I got a fucking Leader 1 right next to me. Very loose. Terrible condition. I had him backwards. Very loose, terrible condition, but I got one. You can't really keep them in jet mode because the wings are so loose, they don't want to stay together. So if you hold it like that, it's kind of better, but you got to be like, yeah, Leader 1. I want the big one. I like the big one, yeah. The big one, the bike one. Psykill? Yeah, man. I had way more GoBots than I had Transformers. So there you go. Way more GoBots. That was a fun top 5 to do. Like I said, you got to check out my vintage toy haul video I just did. I really appreciate the people that have watched it, but I'd like more of you guys to watch it and check it out. If you're into the old toy stuff, it's a cool video. I had a lot of fun making it. And then don't forget, Wednesday night, we have Liana Kangas joining us here on the channel, the artist of She Said Destroy and other comic book classics, modern classics. Liana's super, super cool, and I'm very excited to have her on the channel. Did I hear about a Mask movie? Mobile Armored Strike Command. I love Mask, and I think that right now Hasbro's wanting to do movies. I think they're talking about Visionaries. They're talking about Mask. They want it all to be connected, like they get a cinematic universe out of it. That's a little unnecessary, but it could be cool. You remember Captain Power? That's some good shit. I have a way to get a Captain Power jet. It's the bad guy's jet, the black one. I should do that. There's too much stuff to get. In my day, David Hatch says, the only action figures we had were rocks with faces painted on them, or potatoes that you stuck eyes and ears on. Yeah, Captain Power, that was good shit. I had some of the VHS tapes, because you would play that. Like, each jet was like, it had like a laser, like kind of like a laser tag type thing, and it would react on the TVs, the boob tubes, and it would have flashes, and you could like get hit, or you could like get points. It was really neat. You could play with each other. Super cool. I think Hasbro just sold the rights to ROM. You know, another one I liked, I think it was more of a 70s line, but some of the other first toys I remember having were Micronauts. Anybody remember Jason and the Wheel Warriors? Mike was just talking about Wheel Warriors. They're getting pricey too, just like Dino Riders. It's hard to find them complete. We had some not like what was that, Mike? Like 10 years ago at the shop. We had some Wheel Warriors come in. It was right around the same time we got that Superpowers line. That's where I got my Batmobile and my Lexor from, I think. Sectars. Stompers. I remember somebody mentioned Centurions. I loved the hell out of those when I was a kid. Was it Ace McCloud? Rock something? Something Ray? Remember the Rambo figures. That's funny you say that. You just wait till show and tell, homie. Wait till show and tell. Micro Machines is another one. You know, they were in the 80s. That's good stuff. I had this gasoline can that would like turn into this like ramp city thing. Super, super cool. But yeah, we just did the Rambo-thon on Friday, and we actually were talking about the Rambo figures. Jelani killed show and tell when he pulled out the Rambo 3 knife that his dad has. Cops, that's another one Mike was talking about the other day. Oh, the WWF line. There's the one where they're all like foam rubbery. And then there's the line that had like the mats and the action features. Like I had a shit ton of those when I was a kid. Mike's got a bunch of them. Maybe Mike will let me borrow some to do a video. Yeah, I think the Micro Machines Star Trek line was 90s, but those were cool. I still have a bunch of the Micro Machines Power Ranger shit. I get a lot of Power Ranger toys. A lot. My Pet Monster. I had My Pet Monster. I loved it. Loved it. Remember, what was it? What are they called? They were the, like the ugly little puppets. Goblins, Boglins, right? Monster in My Pocket. Hell, I remember those. Hell yeah. And the Muscle Men and all that shit. There's the Rimco Universal Monsters line from the early 80s. That's pretty cool. I'd like to get some of those. I'm sure that was pretty pricey. All the Universal stuff winds up getting pricey. Was the Ewoks in the Ewoks Village in the 80s? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Boglins, that's it. I'm watching one of my new YouTube channels I'm into is Ed's Retro Geek Out. He does a lot of toy videos. Big inspiration on my toy video, to be honest with you. But he's got some Boglins, so you should definitely check out some of his videos because he's got some Boglins he shows off. My G.I. Joe would have to team up with Cobra to take out my enormous Godzilla with a shooting arm. If we had that at the Deep for a while, the big Godzilla with the shooting arm. I think the arm was gone, though. I think that's common. Orlando, spot on Battle Beasts. Excuse me. Loved me some Battle Beasts. I had Battle Beasts, Supernaturals. Oh, the ones with the holograms. You know, Visionary had holograms, too. I love those. There's like an unproduced Visionaries playset. I used to love my Mummies Alive figures and Robin Warriors. Transformers rich kids, GoBots me. That's me. That's me, Mudfoot. Garbage Pail Kids. Ronin Warriors. Okay, that makes more sense. What are the Mummies Alive figures? What are those? Hold on. Ooh. An American-Canadian animated series. What are these? I have never seen these before. Oh, I took off the screen cap thing. Or I'd show you guys this. Those look awesome. Those are cool as hell. 97. Yeah, that's why I don't know them. I'm just about Toy Biz. Superheroes at that time. Total Justice, maybe. DC Direct. Wow. Those look dope. I wonder how expensive they are. Anyway. It's pretty dope. All my Mego superhero figures are missing their gloves and boots. But you got some. That's cool. Probably still got a lot of value there. I got that Wolverine Uncanny X-Men retractable claws on card, I think, 1991. I've got it too. Got it on card, got it loose. The loose one's right down here, actually. I can't really reach it, though. Hold on. Y'all want to hear that dope beat again? Yeah, here it is. Just had to move a bunch of stuff around to get to that. But that one right there, hell yeah. I've got one on card too, but it's over on the other side of the room. I love this figure. Retractable claws. Pretty cool feature. Oh, that one's not one to lock. The cool thing is, yeah, the mask looks a little doofy. But you pull it off and there's Wolverine. Pretty cool looking. And then this was supposed to be a ring that you could wear. I even got the mutant cycle. His little motorcycle thing right here. Which is really weird because he sits on it and it goes from... First of all, why has he got his face on his motorcycle? But then it turns to that when he gets set on it. These claws pop in and out. See? And that kind of thing. So that's cool. The Logan face, though, is so weird. Let's see if we can get him on there. Oh, but you got to see this, though. Oh, I'm the best there is at what I do, mate. And what I do isn't very nice. He's not Australian. That's cool, though, isn't it? Let's get him on the bike. These Toy Biz, you know, superhero toys are like my jam. You know, as much as I love Masters of the Universe and Turtles and other toy lines that we've been talking about from my childhood, some of my favorites are going to be the superhero ones because they were my superhero toys when I was a kid. Come on, man. We're going to get them on there, damn it. Can't see shit in these shades right now. Come on. So close. So close. Why is it so difficult right now? It's entertaining YouTube, isn't it? Oh, you son of a... It's kind of like a trick to get him on here. That I think I forgot. I have no idea. Screw it. Let's just say that, yeah, there's kind of like that, but you can get him in there a way where he's holding this. But his legs are so... Come on. There we go. There we go. Finally. Pretty cool. The Wolverine bike. They called it the mutant cycle. I remember the fake bootleg Masters of the Universe figures. Yeah, Ed's Retro Geek Out just did a video about bootleg figures in the Masters line. Anybody's Toy Biz Venom break after taking it out of the blister pack? I've never had one break. Which one are you talking about, though? The Venom oozing one or the tongue flicking one or one of the Spider-Man lines? Used to play with a lot of McDonald's toys, me too. Yeah, the mask is meant to be a ring, see? For a kid, at least. Look at my Wolverine ring. Yeah, I got this Danger Room section, too, over there. And you can move him around in it, and he's, like, slashing bricks off walls and shit like that. Yeah, Superpowers, that's my number one right there. The Superpowers line. Love them. Gotta get that Batcopter, though. Gotta get that Batcopter. Love that Joker. Hey, Two Guns in the house. What's up? Two Gun Pedro. Pew, pew. Oh, the Power Ranger movie toys from McDonald's were really cool. I still have those. Those are great. The Green Goblin that throws pumpkins on cart is badass, too. Yep. Got that one. Well, hell, we've already started it. Let's finish out show and tell. So, well, as I'm getting this all put together, because I can't see shit right now, just to enjoy the Slime Pit song again. You know, Reggie did 2 super chats, and then we had that nice, very big one from Coffee Girl Espresso Guy. So, here's some bonus slime jam. All right. For show and tell, we got some Turtles. We've got some Masters of the Universe. It's just recently picked up. Then we got a surprise. And then we're going to be opening up the Ectotron. So first up, we got a Mondo Gecko. Just picked this up. He does not have his skateboard. So I will have to find that through another source. But there's a Mondo Gecko otherwise. Pretty decent shape. A little sticky feeling. So we need to get him cleaned up, but pretty cool figure. Love the detail. Love the braces. The tongue sticking out. Love the roller skates on the tail. So yeah, this is from the 90s lines, but I never had this one, but this is really, really cool. And I'm really excited, especially once I get the skateboard. This one is one of my favorite Turtles toys, but this one's not I don't have any of his accessories, and he's missing his little shoulder pad right there, but this is Slash. Very excited to get this, at least. I mean, I'm missing his weapons. I do have his belt, so I just got to get his weapons. Got to get another one of these things to put here, and then I can get it going. But Slash was one of my favorites. Oh, just look at that figure. Please, Playmates are amazing. So those are the two turtle toys. I got these yesterday, by the way. So next up, this is one I never had. My cousins had this one. I never had them. But he's such a goofy character that why the hell not? Fisto. Fisto from Masters of the Universe with his sword. I also have the comic book that comes with it. Still got the breastplate and the action still works. I fisted He-Man. I fisted so hard, but it didn't do any good. Is that in that damn comic right there? But I like his big, long sword. He also does that little typical Master of the Universe thing. His legs are really, really weak. In fact, I don't want to even move him too much. But yeah, super cool. Fisto. Here is one I had that I'm so pumped to get back. This was one of my favorites as a kid. Here's Spikor. This dude's just made of spikes. And he's got this like, I don't know, I don't remember if that's supposed to lock in and slowly push out or if it's just this loose on purpose, but it's very loose. Maybe it's just age and wear. But got his weapon, and I've got his comic book as well. And still does the typical Masters of the Universe thing. The legs are a little bit more tight on this one. But love this figure. Those spikes, super, super cool. Got that soft squishiness to him. Man. And yeah, I have their books too. That came with them. Spikor Strikes and Masks of Power. Is this? Nope, it's not. Still cool to finally like I've never had these with any of my Masters of the Universe figures. Isn't there like maybe it's just something that's been photoshopped, but the thing where Fisto's looking at He-Man, he's like, I fisted He-Man. I fisted hard as I could, and it didn't work. I don't know. It's so weird. So weird. But I like purple. So here's purple Masters of the Universe theme night. Right? Fisto and Spikor. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And Mondo Gecko and Slash. Look at the detail on those, man. All right, here's the surprise. So Friday night we did the Rambo-thon, and Jelani brought out the Rambo 3 knife, and I was like, wow, man, I thought I was going to blow everybody away because I was wanting to get a Rambo figure, but I didn't have one. Well, I go to work the next day, and lo and behold, Mike's like, here you go. Look at that, y'all. Synchronicity. We find a Rambo figure the day after we do the Rambo-thon. Now, it's in rough shape. See his hair's all like, you see that. You know what I'm talking about. I'd like to get it repainted. I don't know if that would work. It's a rubber head. I don't know. Maybe just one day. I mean, they still are pretty cheap. Maybe one day I'll just get one on card and open it up maybe. Very little posability. Very little. But he does have a little bit more movement in his legs. But it's not enough to like really kick unless you like bend him out of place like that. But this is from Rambo 2. You see he's got the little necklace and he's got the scars on his chest. I'm just happy to add this to the collection because we're big Rambo fans. So you got to have this in the PCP Army. Yeah, it is like he's balding, right? I don't know if we can get that repainted or if we should or if I should just eventually get another one. But just cool to have it. The rest of the figure looks great. I have none of his accessories. It's just that head. Because it's squishy, it's probably going to happen. I don't know. But yeah, I was really pleased with the haul that I picked up yesterday. And I will be adding them to the next vintage toy haul. I plan on doing another toy haul this weekend, or this upcoming weekend, and then putting that all together for one video. But now it's time to open this baby up. This is the Ectotron. This came out last year. Just got one in. It's the Ecto 1 from Ghostbusters, but it's a Transformer as well. And it looks like it's going to be easy enough that we can actually transform this tonight. So very, very excited. If you look on the back, it's very reminiscent of the old school Transformers waves with the graphs that you can decode and shit. Super cool. So we're going to open this baby up. Let's do it. In real life, he's balding. We can repaint. Okay. Needs a Bosley treatment. What's that? A little old school model paint. Okay, I know plenty of people that can paint models and shit, so I'm sure I can help. Someone can help me get it done. I just want it to look natural. So there it is. It comes with a little Slimer. That's super cool. I don't have an Ecto 1 yet. I want one. But this is the closest we'll get right now. Oh, I hate these things. All right. First, let's take a look at the little Slimer dude. Oh, it didn't get all of his... God damn it. There we go. Let's just go ahead and lift this out. See? There we go. Wow. Okay. Before we look at that. There's the Slimer. I think it's cool that it comes with a Slimer. Translucent. Looks like the old school Kenner Ghostbuster figures. How they're all kind of like plasticky and squeezy and translucent. So that's cool that it comes with the Slimer. Looks like he's got a hole on his bottom, so it looks like he can rest somewhere. Probably right there. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. So there's the Ecto 1. And it looks great in its Ecto 1 mode. Very cool. Right? Yeah, I would recommend checking eBay. You can still probably find them. This is like a, what, $35, $40 figure, I think. I don't think it's rare or anything right now. I think it's easy to get. So now let's see if we can actually transform it. It's got instructions, very simple instructions on the top of the box right there. So it literally just seems like you just turn it backwards and pull it apart a little bit. So that's cool. And what's really cool is in his robot mode, all the stuff on the top of the Ecto 1 becomes his proton pack, see? So let's see. Yeah, you flip it around, you can definitely see that it's just kind of like something you pull apart. So it looks like that comes down. Oh, man. It's already happening. That splits off somehow. What do I have to do with the doors? Looks like the doors fold back. Yep, look at that. Kinda? What the hell? That needs to pop out a little bit. What the hell? It seemed like it'd be so much easier. Go, oh, it's hanging. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Arms come down like that. What the fuck? There we go. Bear with me. Oh, yeah, it's a gun, too. Oh, wow. Yeah, it even kind of looks like the proton pack right there, see? So that pops out, but you can slide it back on. Damn. Oh, it goes this way now. Does it? I have no idea what I'm doing, y'all. What the hell? It looks so easy there. Anyway. So right now I just got the proton pack dangling. I don't quite know what to do there, but we got everything like that. Where's the head? The head should be in here somewhere, right? Well, that just fell. Head pops out there. So there you go. There's the figure. So now we just got to figure out how to get the damn proton pack back on there. Jesus. God, I don't know. It just snaps back right there, I guess. Anyway, I'll figure that out all later. You know, it seemed like it'd be easy enough, but it wasn't. The cool thing is this has a gun on it, too. See? And I guess this connects to that. Anyway, so we'll figure that out later. But yeah, there it is. That was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be, but it's, I'm sure for somebody who's a hardcore Transformer guy, they're like, that was really easy. I can't believe it took you so long to figure that out. So that's pretty cool. Ecto 1 that turns into, it's a Transformer, Ghostbuster Transformer. That's dope. With a little proton pack that I can't figure out how to get back on. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Anyway, there it is. So that was show and tell. Hey, Jim Mint's in the house. What's up, my man? How you doing? How you doing? Just embarrassed myself with a very simple Transformer that I couldn't get done correctly, but I just opened it, so. I know how to operate the Slimer figure, though, that came with it. It probably is more difficult with the sunglasses on. Whatever. All right, y'all. We are wrapping up here tonight. Stay minty fresh, obviously. You know what to do. All that jazz. Get your final thoughts, questions, and comments in right now. I'm about to do the final 9. Final 9 comic books I'm showing off from my collection. We're continuing on with the Fantastic Four theme. We're just going to continue those on. Editing the statue review. Jim, what statue review you doing? Editing right now. Is it the cable one? Have you released the cable one yet? You got to get like 3 statues in a day. How do you keep up with that? I guess it's hard to avoid a giant-ass statue showing up. All right, final 9. So continuing the Diablo story, there's 307. Like I said, I just picked out a random stack. There's 307. 308. Yep, this is not one of my favorite eras of the Fantastic Four because Sue and Reed leave. Eventually, they go off and become Avengers. But you have Miss Marvel, the Miss Marvel at the time, Sharon Ventura, and Crystal joining the Fantastic Four now. Thing's going to be the leader. There's 309. And Thing's actually about to get mutated even further. Does anybody remember the Jagged Thing era? Well, there you go. 310. Mike, if you're still in the house, 311. Issue 311. Issue 312, which has Dr. Doom in it. It's a Fall of the Mutants tie-in. It's got X Factor in it. 313. It's not my favorite era. Sharon's already become She-Thing, as you can see. 314. Like I said, this is not my favorite era of the Fantastic Four, but this is what was going on when I was first reading them. And then we're going to wrap it up with 315. It's a pretty cool cover. The menace is Master Pandemonium. I'm going the wrong way. So yeah, there you go. Final 9. Let's see. Prime 1, Green Lantern, New 52. Oh, is that the Jon Stewart one? I saw your IG post on that. That looks amazing. Did a Superman 1 earlier. Hell yeah. Well, I'm sitting on my ass earlier, watching damn toy YouTube videos and playing TMNT from the Nintendo. Jim's like working. I'm just like laying around, fucking doing nothing, playing old school video games I've already played 1,000 times. No, the Jon Stewart one's a different. Yeah, see, there you go. How do you even keep up with? Is it a Hal Jordan one then? And yeah, happy belated birthday. It was Jim's birthday the other day. Hell yeah. That was the first time I started reading FF when he mutated. Yeah. I didn't like it. I did like it. I remember reading, I liked how there was an issue. It's one of the Venom issues that McFarlane did. It's the early Venom appearance. Like the power goes out or some shit. And like the Thing shows up and Todd McFarlane draws it. Like I think that looked kind of cool. Pretty sure that's Steve Englehart who did that stuff. Not 100% sure. Hell, yeah, I need to see that one. That sounds cool. I'm glad you're doing you've done so many Marvel statues, so it's really, really cool to see you doing so many DC ones nowadays. That's really, really cool. But your X-Men setup's amazing. But it's really cool to see some DC ones. Out of all the DC ones, what's your favorite one that you've gotten so far? Robbie probably already discussed, but looking forward to DC. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Dark Metal like crazy. I was a big fan of Metal. I was big into what Snyder did with Justice League after Metal, and I'm very excited for this. We were talking about it earlier. I'm losing my mind. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be absurd. It's going to be boisterous. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be awesome. My key that I will tell people is this. When you get into death metal, you got to remember, this is going to be like metal music. This is just going to be ridiculousness. So much ridiculousness just thrown out there. It's going to be weird. You're going to feel like you're missing stuff. You're going to feel like it's all coming out of left field because it is. That's intentional. This book is going to be a wild-ass roller coaster ride, and I cannot wait to see it. When Metal first came out, I didn't like the first 2 issues, but when I realized that, I was like, just let go, just have fun, just embrace the absurdity and the obnoxiousness and the boisterousness of this book. And I just loved the ride from that point forward all the way through Justice League, and I am ready for death metal. Ready. He says, favorite DC was probably The Batman Who Laughs or The Dark Knight 3 Master Race Batman. Didn't see the Dark Knight 3 one, but that Batman Who Laughs is amazing. Maybe we can do a collab video and you can explain to me what's going on. Yeah, I'm always down. I'm always down. Do I need to read the other Metal series? Order Death Metal? If they do their job right, Fable, you can just jump into Death Metal and they'll get you caught up. But if it's exciting to you, I would recommend reading Metal, No Justice, then the entirety of Scott Snyder's Justice League run, and then Hell Arisen. And that leads you right into also the Infected story that they did, mostly the Batman Superman stuff. That leads sets right up into death metal. But if they do their job correctly, you should be able to get into the DC stuff. Yeah, I don't think you read the. I know you didn't read the Justice League stuff, but one day they'll put that in an omnibus and you'll get it and you'll read it. And I hope you enjoy it. But it's wild. It's wild, crazy, cool, cosmic DC crisis type stuff. And that's what I'm into. I'm into it hardcore. And he brought in the Legion of Doom. Like, we've never really had the Legion of Doom in the comic books. We have the Injustice League and the Injustice Gang, but we never really had Luthor and Cheetah and Black Manta and like the Legion of Doom from the Challenge of the Super Friends, you know? So it was really cool to see Luthor become a villain again, and there's a big spotlight on Martian Manhunter, and I just love the hell out of it. But it's wild. So just be expecting death metal to be ridiculous. Wow, man. Reading the 0 Hour Omnibus. We did 0 Hour on a Comics Revisited not too long ago, and that was a hard reread for us. Now, we didn't read all the Zero issues and stuff that I'm sure are in the Omnibus. How are you finding it? Because we found it very difficult to revisit that one. That's one of the weaker ones, I think. But it still has a place in my heart, and I loved all the Zero issues. The ones that I remember being a kid and getting some of them. But 0 Hours is not the sequel that Crisis deserved. But I think they did that in Infinite Crisis. Yeah, plus the Batman Who Laughs series. Yep, forgot about that one. Got to read the Batman Who Laughs series too. You don't have to. Like I said, if they did their job, you can just read this. They'll catch you up. But you're going to feel lost. Trust us. We'll feel lost too. Because last we saw the Justice League lost. The Justice League lost, and then the Batman Who Laughs completely betrays Luthor and just... So this story seems like it's going to be set after a while has passed. Like it's going to be jumping right into it. And I think that's probably... They're structuring it that way so that it's easier to jump into. I'm actually digging it so far. Not so much the main story, just the multiple versions of the characters interacting. Hell yeah. Yeah, the main story is like, it's really weird and hard to follow, but and sometimes it happens too quick. But I'm sure with oh man, and I bet that omnibus does what my DC 1 million omnibus does, and it probably puts it all in there in the order that it was happening, right? Huh. That might be the way to read it. I'm glad you're enjoying it, homie. Isn't there a metal handbook? Yeah, there's a guidebook coming out, but I think it's mostly going to be stories spotlighted on the dark multiverse characters. If you're pumped for this and you've never read the other stuff, it probably would be beneficial to read the original Metal, at least. Maybe not all the Justice League stuff that's happened since. That's built up into this. But all that stuff built up into this. And the Batman Who Laughs stuff and the Infected stuff. But if you haven't read the first Metal, maybe you should read the first Metal. So maybe you should go pick up the trade or the hardcover. I got the deluxe hardcover signed by Snyder when I met him last year. Super cool cat. He told me to email him and he'd come on the show, and it never happened. But his kid got sick or something. His kid had like brain surgery or something like that. Maybe one day we can get him on the show. Don't forget, Wednesday night we have Liana Kangas, comic book artist, joining us on the show. And my vintage toy haul video is up right now. And I'm really thinking hard, y'all, about this damn Fright Zone. But it's just, I don't know. Maybe without the snake. Maybe without the snake. The snake adds like $100 to the price. Wish they would have done deluxe editions of all of Snyder's stuff. So far, it's just his Volume 1 of Justice League and the Dark Knight's Metal that are oversized. Well, the Batman Who Laughs, is that oversized? No, it's not. It's not deluxe. I don't have the deluxe edition of his Justice League. I want it, but I got my freaking soft cover signed right before that came out. I got my soft cover Volume 1 signed. I have the issues and I have the soft covers. But I do want to get that deluxe edition. It has the first 2 trades in one. That's pretty cool. But I know that they'll do an omnibus one day. Or maybe they won't. This is DC. Metal's not going to cross over with Joker War at all. They're going to be totally separate, I believe. But we don't know 100% for sure. I think Metal is 6 issues, kind of like it was before. I think it's 6. And there's a skip month, and there's a bunch of one-shots, but not a shit ton. This is what we were talking about earlier. When Marvel does an event and they announce the tie-ins and the one-shots, you're like, okay. But when DC did Metal, and they're coming out and they're like, oh, this Trinity Crisis, it's Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman versus Darkseid, Superboy Prime, and the Anti-Monitor by Scott Snyder and Francis Manapul. Here's Multiverse's End by James Tynion. Here's Speed Metal involving all the Flash and the Dr. Manhattan Wally power stuff. What about all that stuff by Josh Williamson? That's damned exciting. damned exciting. A Lex Luthor-focused 5-issue story arc in Justice League written by Joshua Williamson called Doom Metal. Just remember, Metal number 1 involved Batman wielding a baby Darkseid as a weapon against the Justice League. This is the level of absurdity and ridiculousness that we need to be expecting. Hey, Perry's back. Perry said, yo, I watched The Matrix high as fuck, and wow, what a movie, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. A lot of people don't like 2 and 3. I love 2 and 3. Actually, a lot of people liked 2. They acted like they didn't like 2 after 3, but a lot of people liked 2. 2, I think, is the best out of the 3, but that's an unpopular opinion. But I would suggest that you watch Matrix 2 and 3 high as fuck too, to be honest with you. And watch the Animatrix in between. Like, before you go on to Matrix Reloaded, watch the Animatrix. If you've never seen, I'm assuming you've never seen these, Perry, because it seems like you haven't seen them. Yeah, 3 loses a lot of people, but let 3 sink in. And maybe do some research into the philosophy of what they were trying to say in Matrix 3. That might help a little bit. Because it's not quite the ending people were expecting. But I love it. I love every single Matrix film. And I am pumped for 4. Pumped for 4. Pumped for 4. Yeah, it's got 0 ash. Yeah, 4, 3. Yeah, that was an interesting thing that they did. Jelaine, when we did the revisit for Comics Revisited, because the way they did it was issue 4 was first, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1, and then 0 was the final issue. Jelani forgot that when he was rereading it, and he was reading them out of order at first. He was really confused. He read 0 first and went into issue 1. He's like, what the hell? What the fuck, mate? What is this bullshit? Hey, what's up, Chef? Welcome back. We are wrapping up here, though. So if any final thoughts, get them in right now. I appreciate everybody joining us. I once again want to remind you that you can follow me on Twitter at @Rockin Robbie. You can join the PCP Army. That's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. We got a movie poll going on right now to be the winner of which will be the next movie we review, not this upcoming Friday, but the Friday after that. And of course, if you're on Facebook, to join the Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group, PCP Army, you might as well follow Pop Culture Philosophers while you're there. You can also follow us on Instagram, and you can support us at patreon.com/PCP. So there you go. And there will be like 7 more tie-ins between October and January. Scott Snyder posts on his Instagram with an image with all the information. Yes, Lewis, I saw that. And there's still a lot that we're not going to see yet. But I'm excited. Bruce, not a fan of the ending of Matrix 3. A lot of people, that's the popular opinion. A lot of people are not. Perry says, oh, there's a new Matrix movie coming out. That's pretty cool. I'm actually going to watch a movie called Gummo. I haven't seen that one. Let me know what you think of it, homie. And just like David says, smack that thumbs up button and subscribe. We are very close to 7,000 subscribers. We're so close. It's taken a while. It took longer than we thought to get to 6 to 7. Our goal for this year is to hit 10,000. I don't know. It seems like everything got slowed up when the COVID situation happened, but I have faith in the PCP Army. If we can crowdfund Joker vans and slime pits and microphones. I love this microphone, man, by the way. Thank you all so much. Surely we can get to 10,000 subscribers this year. That's the one thing we really want to do. We are celebrating our 5-year anniversary as Pop Culture Philosophers in a mere 2 weeks. So get ready for that. We got lots of excitement for that. Just a reminder to check out the Slime Pit video. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think I can pull that off. You know, a lot of these toy videos, they'll replay the commercial for you, but remake the commercial? That's actually a good idea. We have to give you a big shout out, Jeff, for that. Let me write that down so I don't forget who gave me that idea. Boom. Anyway, so thank you guys so much. Don't forget, Wednesday night, Liana Kangas here on the channel. We are very excited to have a chat with her live. So join us for that. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. On behalf of everybody here at Pop Culture Philosophers, thank you so much. We are dipping out. We love you. Y'all, stay minty fresh. Keep going. Keep reading. Y'all, keep on rocking. We love you. Have a good one. I'm not trying to stall. I'm just trying to find the right thing to hit. What? Oh, here we go. Y'all have a good one. Thanks.